Previously on the Adventure Zone. Congratulations are in order. The three of you are now fully fledged members of our order. We are happy to have you on as reclaimers. We will send you out on missions, and you will do what you did in Phandalin, ideally without involving the destruction of an entire city and the loss of thousands of souls.
I mean, ideally, yeah, but
Griffin put the capsule game from Shenmue into our game.
Well, and also the capsule game from Kroger. You pop open that capsule, and inside is an axe. And it is said that the rail splitter can, in a single swipe, chop down any tree. Why don't we go to Fantasy Costco and you can level up while you're walking around. You get the Extreme Teen Bible and the Scuttle Buddy.
And I want a warranty.
The Bible doesn't need a warranty, sir. It's the good book. All right, let's level you guys up.
Sure. I chose Battlemaster.
I was kind of thinking of maybe nature.
Interesting. I never pictured you as the Captain Planet type.
Yeah, I'm going to be joining the School of Transmutation. Keep your fucking
romance
feet back to yourself.
Well, no, don't.
Stuff it in your magical ass.
Are you not entertained? And if you are, why don't you make it rain on our ass? It's a Max Fun Drive Adventure Zone!
The three of you are sound asleep, like sweet little lambs, in your, we'll call it humble. It is a humble dormitory provided to you by the Bureau of Balance.
Have we put up girly posters and there's maybe a lava lamp?
No posters. The RA comes by every night. And he is a real stickler for posters.
He is a dick.
What about the dean? What's our relationship with the dean like?
Good question.
You've pranked him a lot, so you're kind of on a shit list.
We're like the Delta House. We're on double secret probation.
I don't get it. What is that, a reference to something?
Animal House references every...
Your children, you don't know.
Every episode.
Welcome to Leonard Maltin's House of Old Movies.
So your dormitory, your room, no windows, kind of like living in a submarine.
Are we in a prison?
No,
Yeah,
but sometimes it feels like it. It's not a prison as much as it is the entry-level living compartment. That's the actual classification that the Bureau of Balance uses. The entry-level...
Co-ed dorm, maybe?
No, if they're not for you specifically, you do have a roommate. You got a double bunk bed situation. And you have a roommate. He is a halfling named Robbie, and he's kind of shitty. He's not a great roommate. He eats all of your snack chips before you even have a chance to get to them. He loses your DVDs.
I kind of like his style.
There's loose DVDs from your West Wing full collection box set, just laying all over the place.
But he's always got the choicest potions.
He does have some dank potions, and that's kind of the only thing that he has going for him. So it is. It's about 3 a.m.
Griffin, I have a serious question for you real quick.
Okay.
Since we've brought the gauntlet in, are we kind of are we big shits here? Do people know who we are? Is it they're the first people to actually collect one of these artifacts?
Are we a big deal?
Yeah.
I would say, yeah, you guys are somewhat big shits. You kind of got a Harry Potter vibe going for you, right? You're not, nobody's...
Who's Harry Potter?
Okay, all right.
Okay. He's he's a wizard. Nobody's lifting you up in the hallways and carrying you to your destination, but you got some respect. Okay. And that's important when you're on the inside. Again, you're not in prison. I don't know why I said that. So it's about 3 a.m. You're all sound asleep, or at least you were, until you were awoken by
Robbie masturbating.
Robbie just fucking blasting it. Where are you guys? I should.
I hope I'm on the lower.
Yeah, to set the scene. What is your guys' bunk situation?
I guess I'm the shortest, so I'm probably under Robbie's bunk.
Why would you think just the smaller races have to sleep in one set of beds?
Just because the big guys would overpower me and they would want to sleep with a halfling.
Dwarves are not necessarily less physically capable.
I'm talking emotionally.
Oh, well, then yes, you are not equipped for confrontation unless it involves, spiritual magics.
I would say
touching my Kenny Chesney CDs,
right?
Magnus wanted to be on a bottom bunk, but he's too passive aggressive, so he's on the top bunk. Taco's on the bottom bunk, but he wants to be on the bottom bunk.
Hey, you just picked the top bunk and he just hates it?
Well, it depends. Taco, where do you want to be? I'll defer to you.
Am I in character?
Yep. We're recording the podcast now.
I mean, are you asking Justin or are you asking Taco in character?
Ask Taco.
In a conversation you're having with Taco.
Why do you want Taco?
Who do you want to speak to, Travis?
I'm terrified to stay. I'd rather speak to Justin. I like him better.
Yeah, I get that. Like, I'll take whatever. I think Taco would be pretty chill about it. I feel like he'd probably fall asleep, just on whatever the first bed he touched. So
I think that this is actually how it worked out in character in the scene. Just that there was like, no, I know it's fine. Do you want? And Robbie going,
no, please, I insist. I'll say top bunk.
Okay, mine is on the bottom bunk.
You are
I can
eye level.
Levitate, so it's less of a risk for me to be up there.
You're also eye level with Robbie, which you may or may not want, because he gets into some whack shit up on the second story of the sleeping.
He's got boundary issues.
He does. His boundaries are fine, but he gets into your boundaries and just makes a mess of things.
He's all up in your boundaries.
It's 3 in the goddamn morning. And the 3 of you are woken up by the sound of chimes coming from the intercom. Bing, bing, bing. And you hear the voice of Davenport say, "Would the Reclaimers, High Church, Burnsides, and Taco report to the briefing room? Davenport."
I forgot that Taco's last name was also Taco.
Yeah, it's like Mario or Luigi Mario. You are all woken with a start. Robbie's like, "Oh, man, what a bummer. I was just getting those goodsies." He takes a potion out from under his pillow. "I don't know why I keep these under here. It's real uncomfortable." Slams it.
What soda does it most resemble?
It's not in an aluminum can.
It's a liquid, right?
Yeah.
He pops the top, slams it.
What liquid does it most? What liquid soda?
It's actually kind of like Orbits. You remember Orbits? Like
I was going to say, it looks like that nasty stuff with the gel balls.
With the gel balls floating in it. And he looks. And he's like, "Caught your eye. Hey, caught your eye in my gel balls. That's what makes it extra crunchy." And he winks, swigs again.
Can we get the hell away from him as soon as possible?
Griffin, I want to sidebar. I'm a little worried about this episode. I'm worried that you exhausted yourself so much coming up with the fantasy name Robbie that you may not have the creative juice to get us through the rest of the ep.
We need to be reassured.
Well, to actually make up for that, all of the characters in this entire campaign chapter will be named Robbie, and that's going to be very confusing for both you guys and the listener.
Well, but it's
good job.
I think it'll all be based on inflection, though, at that point, because it's like Robbie.
Me? I'm Robbie.
And I'm a skeleton.
Yo, Robbie, can I get one of them potions before we leave?
Do you guys? What do you need? Like, what's your flavor? What's your poison?
Give me your crunchiest potion.
He's going to want something that attracts dogs.
I'll give you a sampler of. It's called my hair of the dog potion. It won't attract dogs as much as it will just get you real fucked up. He says, and hands you a very small sampler vial of hair of the dog potion.
Okay, I slip it in my bag.
Okay. Robbie's like, "Hey, do you think while you're out, some Pringles, maybe?"
You got it, dude.
Come on. Can you take also, I got a DVD that's like 4 months overdue at the red box.
No, it's too much.
Too much.
No, Pringles, yes. DVD, no.
And it's going to be the dill pickle Pringles, too.
Oh, man.
Extreme dill?
Okay, I'm imagining you guys are going to the briefing room.
I also imagine we don't exactly know where it is.
Yeah, how are we getting there?
Just go to a dome.
Are there helpful signs?
Yeah, there's a dome, and then there's a sign that says, "This dome is the briefing room."
And we're all still in our PJs.
Okay.
Footy pajamas here.
The three of you walk into the briefing room in your footies, in your onesies, in your snuggies.
Mine has a flap in the back.
Of course it does. Is it half open so you can see a little bit of butt?
You can see the little tattoo on his bottom.
You scam.
And what is that tattoo of?
That's actually Kenny Chesney too, but that's the face. I got the face on my left butt cheek.
And what's on your right? The body?
Yeah, I was going to ask, do you have other body parts of Chesney sort of scattered about your body? Like these?
No, that's a mystery to be unfolded for the rest of the podcast.
On his other cheek is Tim McGraw, and it's like this terrible Hydra with like Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney's face heads emanating from his butthole. It's a real horror show back there.
It's actually, it just says, she thinks and then there's a tattoo of a tractor and an apostrophe S.
So kind of a pictogram
Sexy.
on your ass.
Yeah, it is,
It's
yeah.
a full rebus.
Kind of a country music rebus.
Actually, it's Reba's McIntyre.
A Rebus McIntyre.
Right. So this
Thank you. I'll be here all week.
you are
I hope not.
in the briefing chamber with the director. She is reading a large roll of parchment that actually kind of looks like the parchment that you saw the monk carrying when you first encountered the voidfish that had all of Magic Brian's information on it. And she is sitting over a large map showing the lands of the Earth world below. And she's reading this parchment. She's very frustrated. And she places it down on the chamber and says, "What are you wearing? What are you wearing?"
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing my full business regalia.
Cool.
You got ink underneath that thing?
And the three of you look like little Nemos. Merle, I can see 3/4 to 4/5 of your entire butt.
I'm
You look
sorry,
like-
I'm cheating you of one fraction.
You look like Jeffy from Family Circus.
This is my sleepy sack. Good night, Sarah.
I guess Mr. Wrong told me not to.
The three of you will need
Somebody unzip me.
The three of you are going to need to suit up into your business regalia because I have a job for you that I need you on right now.
Well, give me like 45 minutes.
You don't have 45 minutes. At most, I can give you 4.
Okay. Magda starts changing.
3 of that's going to be hair product.
She says, mere hours ago, one of our reclaimers, a brave soldier named Lehman Kessler, was murdered in the city of Rockport.
Oh,
And
bummer.
his murder came at a most inopportune time because he managed to locate...
Is Lehman Kessler a listener?
Uh-huh.
So somebody listening at home is just like, hey.
His
Okay.
murder,
Also, I would ask, when would a murder come at an opportune time?
his murder came at a most inopportune time because he had just managed to locate and retrieve one of the grand relics.
His murder came at an opportune time. He'd done everything he wanted to with his life
was
and couldn't
surrounded by
think of
family.
anything else.
They watched solemnly as an assassin came in and buried a knife in his heart.
And
It was what
everyone
he would've
agreed
wanted.
it was the right time for that to happen.
Last night, we received a missive telling of his success, but before we could extract him, a thick fog set in over Rockport, which prevented us from sending a sphere to collect him and the relic. However, there is a commuter train that operates out of Rockport that runs from Rockport through the Teeth, the mountain range that separates the continent below, and ends in Neverwinter, where we could more safely and discreetly extract him. He managed to secure passage on this train, loaded his cargo onto the train, but before it could depart, he was murdered, which is leaving us in quite a sticky situation.
Do we know anything about the murderer or how it actually went down?
We know nothing. We haven't been able to get into contact with the authorities, and even if we could, there's not much information we could tell them. It could lead to I don't know. It could lead to a very difficult situation for us. We can't explain what he was doing there, why he was murdered. We don't even know why he was murdered, because ostensibly nobody would know about the Grand Relic unless they were in the Bureau of Balance. We have a lot of unknowns.
Do we know the status of the relic right now?
It's on the train as far as we know. And that is where the three of you come in. We will need one of you. It's up to you to decide whom.
Dibs.
Okay, that was... We will need one of you to impersonate Lehman.
Double dibs.
Lehman Kessler. I have secured 2 other tickets on the train, so all 3 of you can board. But one of you will need to be Lehman Kessler. You will need to retrieve the relic and get it back to us any way that you can.
What
did Lehman look like?
Yeah, what race was he?
Lehman was a half-elf man, and but there's no guarantee that the operators of the Rockport Limited even know what he looked like. He could have secured his ticket in advance. So it's up to you. Any one of you can be Lehman. Whoever has the most panache, the most flair for the
highest performance skill,
whatever it takes. We'll need you to make believe, make pretend, like a couple of actors, or just one actor.
I'm actually -1 there, so I'm going to dip a rooster.
What will the other 2 be doing?
The other 2 will be ensuring that the new Lehman Kessler, the fresh off the block Lehman Kessler, isn't murdered. Because obviously someone's going around murdering Lehman Kesslers. This will be also a security job.
Well, I got a +1.
You don't have to figure it out right now.
Who are you bringing with you?
Well, if I need if somebody needs a bodyguard, I say I'll be Lehman, and that way our best fighter is able to protect me, and our best magician is able to protect me.
Oh,
As opposed to all of our other magicians.
Okay.
Well, listen. That's semantics.
What can you tell us about the artifact?
We don't know. We can't we know
What the
that he
shit?
collected. Well, we know he collected an artifact, but if that missive had been intercepted in the air, with that information, that incredibly valuable and dangerous information could have fallen into enemy hands. So we purposefully keep it vague.
Well, great.
Let's do it.
Are you going to fire us out of the cannon?
We absolutely are going to fire you out of.
Yay! One more question before we go. How do the gauntlets work?
The what now?
The gauntlets, the bracers?
Our bracers.
Oh, you just
bracers.
point and click, baby. Windows 98.
Okay, cool. Where's Killian? Is she going to come with? I'd feel better if she were there.
Killian is a regulator. She cannot go with you on a reclaiming mission.
Well, can we signal for her if we get in trouble?
The only way you will signal for her is if you find the artifact and use
and
it.
keep it.
And
right?
then she that signal, yes, will sound off, and then she will come, but not for hang time. She will kill all of you.
You are getting a little obvious there, Maggie.
What? Listen, she's a fan favorite. I'm trying to reintroduce her to the story.
Yeah, I guess let's get Johan and Clark in the mix too, huh?
I want to keep the people.
Can we bring Billy Blue Jeans back?
Barry Blue Jeans.
It was Barry Blue Jeans. His brother Billy Blue Jeans is in Neverwinter.
Oh, we met Billy too.
How quickly you forget, huh? Boy, Barry must have made a real impact on you.
All right, let's go change clothes.
Magnus has already changed.
How did you already change?
I started changing when you started telling your story about murdering somebody or something.
You got your dick out and your whole naked body out while she was talking to you?
Yeah, but
You need to tell me
noticed.
these things. You need to tell me these things while
I
it's happening
literally
in real
said
time.
Magnus starts changing.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
you're very. That was
We
a
thought you meant
successful
the change of life.
Yeah, I thought you were pupating.
Magnus starts changing his opinions about politics.
Okay, you run back to your dormitory. Robbie's there is like, "What's up? Are you all going on a secret mission?"
Hey, do you have any disguise potions?
No,
That's a good question.
Got a rusted root CD.
I'll take it.
Okay.
Perfect.
Let me see disguise potion.
I'm going to be sent on my way on this adventure.
No, my potions aren't necessarily
useful.
No, they're not utilitarian in nature. Unless the utility you want is to get real fucked up, he says.
I'll take one.
Oh, well, okay. I can't just keep giving you guys these
I'll bring you back a Rusted Root CD.
If you guys actually bring me back a rusted root, I can throw it in mortar and pestle and whip up a kind of potion that has never been invented yet.
All right. We'll do it.
Okay, the three of you report to the hangar. There's not a lot of people out walking around the campus. Obviously, most people are sleeping. Not everybody's been assigned a secret 3 a.m. mission. At the hangar, there's...
so you're saying, like, the line in security is pretty light?
Yeah, you make it through TSA, like, pretty quickly.
We stop at the Hudson News.
Magnus, actually, the TSA wants to know about the super fuck up the hair of the dog potion that you have because it's over 2 ounces.
Oh, drink it.
You're gonna have to slam that right now. They say.
No.
Yep. Sorry.
Yep.
You can either slam it right now or throw it away.
But I don't want to be fucked up in the cannon.
Slam it. Fuck up.
It may be better that way.
Yeah.
You know how
Okay,
people-
Magnus slams it.
Okay. You immediately.
Oh, gross. We just had to talk Magnus into something.
You immediately forget like how to speak well. You will suffer a penalty to any wisdom checks until we'll say disadvantage to any wisdom checks until this thing wears off. But you're real chill. You're super duper chill, and you're real happy about it.
Ditto, is this the first night that we are there? Like,
no, sorry, I should have set up the timeline. It's been about 3 weeks since you've been there.
Okay.
Things have been pretty quiet. There just hasn't been a whole lot of new intel coming in, and this is the first mission that you guys have really been.
Have we done
assigned.
any sort of like learning, like in the 3 weeks we've been here? Have we learned anything about the relics or the nature of this organization or anything that we've picked up of use?
That's actually a good question. So yeah, what you've learned a little bit about the relics. There's not a whole lot that is like concrete information about the relics because it just by nature of the fact that they were never in the possession of one entity for long enough for that information to be, especially trustworthy. Maybe there were a lot of misinformation campaigns spread during the conflict where people were trying to hunt these down to get people off of the scent. So there's not a lot that you know for sure. One thing that you do know is that each of the 7 relics belongs to a different school of magic. So the gauntlet that you found, which can summon huge bouts of flame and was mainly based around destruction, was from the evocation school of magic. So that one's dealt with. You don't have to deal with that one. But each of the relics belongs to a different school of magic. So there's
Alteration,
illusion, necromancy,
Accounting,
Hufflepuff. So like, there's a lot.
air, heat and air repair.
So yeah, there's
medical database entry. I can think of a couple others. Give me some time.
That's actually a Bureau of Balance Tech.
yeah. At the technical at the
It's a 2-year Bureau of
Bureau of Balance Community College Technical Institute. Yeah. That's about all the information you've gained. It's been kind of boring. You just haven't had like a lot to do. You've done some training, keeping your bodies right. But
Getting levels or anything?
no, I gave you 2 levels.
we gained
in the last
6
episode.
levels.
Don't get
We're
greedy.
now level 10.
We can't spend more of an entire episode just leveling you guys up. So,
It was a smash hit though.
People
Everybody really
love
liked that.
leveling up.
yeah, people love mechanics. There's only one guard standing watch at the hangar, the night shift, the graveyard shift, and it's your old pal Avi, who gave you the brandy when you first arrived here.
Avi.
He's like, "Hey guys, what's
Avi,
up?"
I'm real fucked up.
Oh, dang! What happened to this guy?
Oh, hair of the dog that bit him.
You're not really supposed to like get on one of these if you're. I mean, I won't tell.
Fine.
Okay. You kind of sound like some kind of wolf,
It's
man.
totally cool, dude.
Why is it whisper time? Now? Okay. Do you guys?
Avi.
Yeah.
Avi, you're great.
Thank you. Yes, thank you.
You're his best friend.
I think you guys are pretty.
I think you're a cool dude.
Yeah.
Avi,
Yeah.
do you want to go on a mission?
I can't. I'm not. I can't. It's my job.
Okay, we'll meet you down there.
I won't be able to.
Avi, be cool for 2 seconds.
I think I'm being pretty cool. Isn't
Avi.
this? Yeah.
Shh. Be cool for 2 seconds.
Okay.
We'll see you down there.
I won't.
Don't, shh, Avi. It's a secret mission. Shh. We'll see you down there. Wink. Wink. You're a cool
Gameplay
dude.
clarification, did he just wink or say wink out loud?
Both.
That's
He'll be okay. We got him.
It seems like you're having a great time. I would wink back, but I can't. Never learned how. No,
Do you have any of that branded we could take with us, though?
No, it's like 3 a.m. I'm gonna actually cut you guys off.
You're cut off.
I don't. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here because I'm about to fire you out of a cannon. Have you guys used one of these before? Is this your first time getting shot, getting blasted?
Well, obviously we've been blasted before.
Yeah, clearly.
No cannons.
And-
homie.
No cannons.
Okay, well it's pretty easy, guys. Just pop in.
Magnus gets in.
He taps on the sphere to open the door. Somehow Magnus got in before the door was open. It's the same type of sphere that you guys came in to the Bureau Balance on. It is a Volkswagen-sized glass ball with heavy brass fittings all around.
Are we talking like Jetta, Beetle, like a van? What kind
Golf.
of Volkswagen?
Volkswagen Golf.
Okay, thank you.
And taps on it. Same sort of situation. 4 chairs with straps for you to lock in on.
Magnus
All right,
is
I
down
get
and
the
immediately
extra
falls
chair.
asleep.
You get the extra chair. You're gonna like recline one and lean back.
Well, let's let him lay down in 2 chairs.
Okay. He actually, Avi says, "Ooh, careful, man. If you do that, you'll definitely die."
That's okay. Let him.
Well, okay. It'll be kind of a weird way for his character to be written out of the story, but
I'll buckle him in on both seats.
Why is this a thing? Can we just get the fucking cannon or what? Put him in a seat.
Avi, be cool.
Taco wants action.
I want out of this place.
okay. So there's one seat that is something of the captain's seat, which somebody will need to be in charge of. There's no.
I got
steering-
it.
No, man. Don't drink and drive.
Okay.
Don't drink potions and drive.
Who wants to be in charge of the landing of this?
Taco. Get up here, big boy.
Well, I mean, okay, my intelligence and dexterity are both pretty good. I guess it makes sense. I'll take the reins.
Okay. Avi says, well, there's not really reins to speak of. You're going to want to sit in this this front left chair, and there's a handle that you're going to feel. You feel it on the left side?
Yeah, right there.
He's feeling his handle.
Dad!
What?
Yucko. Moving on.
I get it.
I've got the totally non-sexual handle.
He says,
next?
before, this is super important. Before this thing hits the ground,
And then the door shuts.
okay, the door shuts. Before it hits the ground, you gotta pull the handle. Pull the totally non-sexual handle right before it hits the ground, or else you'll bang. Okay, bye.
Got it.
Who was that?
Probably Avi.
Okay, kick it. Floor it.
As soon as the door shuts, a large tube pops out, slowly ascends from the ground.
Hey, how come Travis can get away with it?
The sphere.
That was in character, Dad.
The 3 of you are loaded on top of the departure gate. rolls forward into the tube, and a hatch behind you slams shut.
And then we sit in the tube for 30 minutes while they check something on the sphere.
Yeah, they de-ice the tube for a long time. It's completely pitch black. There's no light whatsoever until you feel this tube that you're in start to descend. Why? What is it about the word tube, Travis? Because it doesn't even seem like remotely like fallopian tubes. Is that what you're having a raffle about?
No, it's just a funny word, Griffin.
It descends. You feel it descend, and then you see a small, pinpoint of light in front of you,
Like an aperture?
and you hear a voice say,
Please put your head flush with the back of the chair so you don't break any of your neck bones. I'm the flight safety person, and good luck.
This is a pre-recorded message on the best take we could get.
I heard him say flush.
Departure in 3, 2, 1.
What?
Oh, sorry. Sorry, the audio quality's not great because it's like fantasy. But I said
I want a large fries.
it's not 3, 2, 1. Bye.
and the three of you are flung forward at a velocity that you previously may have considered unsurvivable.
Magnus's neck breaks and he dies.
Magnus, are you actually laying between two chairs, or are you?
No, I'm sitting up like a big boy.
Okay. That's yes, and this experience is especially exhilarating for you. It's basically the ending of 2001: A Space Odyssey, because you guys are basically flying, but you're actually just falling very, very quickly.
Would you say it's a sobering experience?
Yeah, I would say so. It's if only you could open up a window and get some fresh air on your face. Yeah, I would say that the effects of this potion, while potent, are not especially long lasting. It's basically salvia, the salvia of
Got it.
of potions. Dad, salvia was a legal drug that you were allowed to take for a long time that would make you basically teleport, but for like 15 minutes. I read about it in Rolling Stone.
I was going to say, this is you telling my character, not telling your father.
No,
right?
yeah, I'm saying, I read about it in Rolling
Even
Stone.
drug is a stretch. It was from the earth.
Yeah, it was a.
It was like a blueberry.
It was
or
a
potato.
kind bud.
But you three all have this knowledge from your reading.
the Rolling
From
Stone.
Rolling
magazine.
Stone.
From
Yeah,
the
from Rolling Stone.
subscription.
Like Travis said, it's like a blueberry or like a heroin plant. Hey, folks, just want to step in here and tell you.
We've been in the rest of the episode, Justin.
I know, but like this is Justin.
Sorry to interrupt.
McElroy.
This is Travis out of character.
I want to step out of my.
You may
character,
know me
Justin.
from my work in the
We
podcast.
just cut
you
to
just
Justin
listened.
in the podcast dressing room, a towel around his neck. Oh, hello. Didn't see you
Oh,
come
hey.
in there.
Tough morning of podcasting. When I'm ready to unwind after a long
I have an
30 minutes of
Orbitz.
podcasting. I have an Orbitz gum and also soda. An Orbitz. No.
And I buy plane tickets.
Why do we have an episode this week? That's a fine question. Well, it's Max Fun Drive time. What's the Max Fun Drive? Well, Maximum Fun is a podcast network that we're a part of, along with other shows that we do, like My Brother and Me, Sawbones, Bunker Buddies, and there's a ton of other podcasts on the network that people love, like Jordan Jesse Go and Stop Podcasting Yourself and Lady to Lady, Ono Ross and Carrie, so many others. And this podcast network is funded by people like you who love our shows. So every year, once a year, we come to you, hat in hand, and say, hey, if you've enjoyed the podcasting that you've heard from us over the past year, we would really appreciate a monthly donation to our organization and to the shows you listen to specifically, because once you sign up to pledge a monthly gift, you'll say what shows you want your money to go to, and it's actually split between the network and those specific shows. So you're directly supporting the shows that you love on Maximum Fun.
So I would imagine that we have like a lot of listeners who maybe this is the first show on Maximum Fun that they got down on. We're tapping into that rich vein of D&D podcast listeners.
Sure.
Can you explain like what we have used that money for other than just bundles and bundles of salvia?
Well, we've used it to purchase the equipment that makes this show possible. We purchased some new microphones so Dad and I can record here. We've helped to set up live.
Become a monthly Maximum Fun donor member.
I wore a Doctor Who #4 scarf, and he made great fun of me.
As well,
So
he
I
should.
can't imagine why. So you should be like super dope at this, and you should really bring in the big
I am. Well, let me see how I do with this one.
Okay.
$20 per month, you get the in-flight power pack. I'm talking the mobile device charger, the collapsible water bottle, antibacterial wipes. You get the pilot wings, too.
Those all have the Maximum Fun rocket ship logo on them, right?
Yeah, they do. And maybe you're wondering, do you still get the exclusive bonus content? Do you still get the exclusive tote bag? I don't know.
Yes, you do.
You do.
Yes,
You do.
you
Confirmed.
do. Now, let's say you want $35 a month to go to us. How about a pair of rocketing?
We sent the
Keep in mind that every new donor we get, we have challenge donors. Well, the one that's like a strip of land connecting two bigger
Yes.
pieces of land. Okay.
Like the Isthmus of Panama.
Right.
just
God, you can say Christmas. Why is this hard?
And it's the ongoing
bridge.
war on Isthmus. You're flying over the teeth. It's beautiful. It is the scariest imaginable way to travel, but it is not without its benefits, because you get a full 360-degree panoramic view of the world around you, and so you're flying over the teeth when you reach the end of the range, when you finally start to descend. Again, it's just so beautiful. You are flying over a flock of Pegasi. And you're actually getting really close to them as you're descending, and you're going
pull the handle.
so fast.
I pull the handle.
You pull the handle.
That was intoxicating, though. For a second, I was just like staring at it, like, let's just let it end.
Okay, you pull the handle. You're still about
Got a good 9 episodes.
You're still about
It's been a good run. We all hold hands.
You're still about a mile off the ground, and you pull the handle right before you are about to collide with this flock of Pegasi.
Seagulls.
No, it's Pegasus. And you pull the handle, and your sphere is encased in a silvery light, and your descent starts to slow down. Right, actually, as you get into this flock of Pegasi. You haven't, you didn't obliterate any of them with your trajectory. You have slowed down. However, you are now spending a lot of time being caught in this flock, and they are panicked. A few of them run into the glass chamber. And by the time that you get out of this swarm of beautiful winged horses, your
They're
trajectory...
just pooping everywhere.
We are covered in Pega shit.
You are covered in Pegashit, and your trajectory has changed pretty wildly.
Well, super cool, DM.
What?
Well, we're supposed to get on a train. You've ruined it with your storytelling.
I didn't tell you to pull the handle. Your trajectory has changed pretty wildly. You are... you've basically turned about 90 degrees to the left in the direction that you were originally headed, away from a lush, soft green pasture outside of the town of Rockport, which you can see the lights of below. You are moving away from that destination and into a thickly wooded area.
Super cool.
By triangulating, you're guessing it's a few miles outside of Rockport. And as you pierce through the top layer, the canopy of these woods, and look down, you realize just as you land that you are in a swamp. A
You
very
realize just as you land that you've never truly loved anyone.
no, it's not a crash landing. It is a soft landing, but you have landed in the mucky mire of a swamp. You are strapped in. You're actually kind of face down. You're facing down, so you're strapped in, sort of hanging from the chairs, looking down at this swamp, and that is where you are.
Okay.
Do we see? Is there anything we can see other than
Just
swamp? Any
muck.
like landmarks or anything?
No, it is. There are a lot of trees around that are sort of blocking your vision. The only thing you can see is the mucky water below, which your sphere is kind of starting to sink into.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, where's the door? Is it in front of us on the muck side? Do we need to roll the sphere backwards
The
or something?
door is face down in the muck. The door is submerged. It's still closed. The muck water's not getting in.
I would like to take a throw ourselves backwards so it rolls out of the muck and the door's free roll.
That was a lot of things. That was a lot of concepts that you
All right, then
just...
just
How
give it to
mad
us.
would they be? How mad would the Bureau be if I just smashed this thing? Do they have more of them? Is this the only sphere they've got?
Smash,
You
smash,
saw
smash.
several of these spheres in the hangar, so yes, they have more of them.
I like my roll it backwards and free the door idea, but
Sure, go for that.
Okay.
Yeah, try it.
Are you going to try and do it while you are still strapped into these chairs hanging from the ceiling? Because it might be
Well,
hard
I
to
think
get
that would-
leverage.
all right. Let's unstrap and then push against the side so we begin the sphere rolling until the door is free.
Okay.
Okay.
But by the time that the three of you get unstrapped, without landing on each other comically, the sphere is about 1/3 submerged in the goo.
Okay.
What's your approach going to be? Are you trying to just basically hamster ball this?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Okay.
It's like sinking, though, right? There's nothing solid below us. Are we sinking?
Yeah.
Okay, we're not going to be able to roll it.
Oh,
We're
sure.
sinking.
Yeah.
I'm getting out. I climb out of the door and leave.
The door is
door is
down.
underwater.
Okay.
What?
You're going to kill us.
The door is under goo.
Wait, I saw this on Mythbusters. We have to wait till it's completely submerged, and then the pressure equalizes. We can open the door, swim out.
The swamp that you are sinking into is not water. It is a viscous sort of almost quicksand like goo.
How heavy would you say the orb is?
It is the dimensions and weight of a Volkswagen Golf.
Okay, I smashed through the side of it.
Okay. God damn it.
What?
Somebody's like mowing their lawn like right outside.
Oh,
my
I
door.
thought I'd made a choice, and you're like, well, fuck. You really backed me into a corner, Travis.
Okay. With your axe.
With
your...
my Phantom Fist, I'm going to punch through.
Okay. Using your heavy plate gauntlet Phantom Fist, which you purchased in the last episode, you rear back and punch forward. As you do, a larger spectral hand sort of wraps itself around your own and helps you in this endeavor. And you smash through the glass a couple feet above the water line of the goo. And you have successfully made a hole that is big enough for the three of you to fit through. Not all at once. That would be hilarious. But the three of you can get through this hole that you've created.
We do that.
Fully.
Okay, the three of you fully get through the door. By door I mean makeshift hole that you have just blasted in the side of this thing. And have made it out onto the swamp. It is very, very tricky terrain. One might even call it difficult terrain. It's hard to keep your footing, and it's hard to sort of keep yourself moving so that you don't also get glorped down.
Don't my magic jumping boots help me in difficult terrain? Am I making that up?
I think you're making it up. Guess it's open to debate.
If only this game were made of everyone making stuff up. Huh. Anyways.
Yeah, so the three of you have made it out. The sphere is almost totally submerged.
Oh, I left my wallet in there.
What if I were to do like if I were to use the ray of frost? Could I freeze the swamp around it? Would that work?
That's worth a shot.
We got a thing going here, maybe?
Yeah, let's see what happens.
Maybe the blue ring would help him too.
That's a frost resistance ring.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but it ices beverages.
It helps me.
A swamp is not a beverage. I'm just going to go ahead and cut you off at the pass there, Dad. Swamps aren't drinkable.
Well, don't force your choices on me.
Hey, old man.
My daddy can drink any swamp he wants. Okay, I'll cast a ray of frost to try. Sorry, I like morphed back into Justin because I'm not saying out loud what I'm doing. I'm gonna cast ray of frost on the sort of like the swamp around the ball to try to halt its sinkage.
Okay, yeah, you do that. You sort of do a quick circle of ray of frost around the sphere, and you have managed to freeze at least the top part of the swamp, which has managed to halt the descent of your sphere.
Okay. Listen. We need to get busy here.
Okay.
I don't have any magic that can help point us in the direction we need to go. We're trying to catch a train, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
We got.
I don't have none of my spells sort of leap to mind that would be helpful to us.
Your
Tasha's hideous laughter, nothing. You guys have any like spells or abilities? Can I do a perception check to see if I can sense any like train-like activities?
can you do a perception check to see if you sense any train-like abilities?
I mean, like a distant flood lamp, or perhaps a place where tracks used to be but aren't right now.
This is a solid plan.
Yeah, that is some solid dungeoneering, is what that is.
I got a 1.
So you failed.
So you just go, what's a
critically
train?
failed on your.
But we know the direction. We could
start shoveling swamp into my mouth.
we could
we have a
see
map or anything?
Rockport when we landed.
The
Like
three
we
of
have
you.
a general idea.
I'm going to set the scene. The three of you are standing in swamp water, just sort of stomping around to keep yourself from sinking. You have frozen the swamp around the sphere. As the three of you are debating furiously about what trains could possibly be close to you, you hear kind of a goopy sound coming from above you in the canopy of the trees above. And you hear
Okay.
a goopy sound.
A goopy sound?
Yeah, kind of like a...
Oh, great.
Okay. Can I do a perception check to see if I like?
Let's all do a perception check. I got a 16.
I got a 13.
Oh, I got 15 because I have a -1 perception.
14.
Okay. Magnus, you see, just for a flash of a second, a green, slimy eye stalk popping out of the canopy of the largest tree above. And as soon as you sort of make eye contact with it, it zips back up into the tree.
Hello. What, do you know where the train is?
Magnus, actually, as you yell at it to try and negotiate or get some information, the eye stalk pops back out. And then further down the branch, another eye stalk pops out. And then from a hole in the tree, another eye stalk pops out.
What up?
And slowly from those three positions, you see begin to climb out these dark green leeches begin to come out of the tree. The ones on the branches are descending towards you on strings of goo and plop down on the surface of the swamp next to you. The one coming out of the tree has made it down to the base of the tree. And the one that just came down off the tree, the biggest one, rears back and opens a mouth lined with 3 rows of razor-sharp teeth, and it begins hissing at you.
Hello.
And it's
So I was asking about a train.
and it's initiative time. Do you guys remember battles?
I've heard of them.
5.
10.
20.
Wow. Top of the order is Merle. You are on difficult terrain, which means that your movement speed is going to be halved. The leeches are basically lined up in a row in front of you. They all came down off the same tree, and they're close. They're about 10 feet away.
All right. I want to cast Thorn Whip at them.
What is that? I have no idea what you're talking about.
All right. You create a long vine-like whip covered in thorns that lashes out at your command towards a creature in range. You make a melee spell attack against the target. If the attack hits, the creature takes 1d6 piercing damage, and if the creature is large or smaller, you pull the creature up to 10 feet closer to you.
Okay. Is this a spell? What is this, a second level spell?
This is one of the cantrips that was granted to me when I switched over.
I see. Cool. Okay. All right. Sweet. Whip away.
15.
15. Is that just what you rolled?
That's what I rolled.
And then you have your spellcasting modifier, and you have +1 because you have your Extreme Teen Bible now. I think it was +5 before, so it should be
+5.
So it should be
Yeah.
+6 with your Teen Bible, so 21.
So 21.
Yeah, that's a hit.
All right, and then I roll a d6.
Mm-hmm.
It's a 6. Perfect.
Magnus yells, "Don't move them."
Okay. Wait, do you have to move them?
Doesn't have to,
Okay, cool. Yeah, you have whipped him. You whipped him good. Are you
How
done?
many little things are poking out?
There are 3 leashes.
Okay. So which one did he just whip?
The one in the middle.
The one in the middle, the one that came down off the branch?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you done with your turn?
I think so.
Okay. You sink into the swamp to about your waist.
Good luck.
Next in the order is Magnus.
Do we know how much damage we did to him?
6 damage. You said it out loud with your mouth.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to run over to the tree or move to the tree they came down off of,
Okay.
and I'm going to use Rail Splitter to fell it so it falls over on top of all 3 of them.
Okay, awesome. You distribute a devastating chop to the base of the tree that the 3 of them came down on, angled in a manner to make it sort of slide off in their direction. You give it the old Bushido blade. It's almost like
It's pronounced Bushimi blade.
you give the old Bushido blade. It's like you didn't. It's like you felt nothing as you went through. It was almost like you were chopping through a curtain or something.
Sorry, I need to mute our mic. Dad has decided to take this opportunity to enjoy a popcorn snack.
Oh wow! So literally the worst possible audible thing.
I put it down.
Please don't eat a popcorn snack.
I was actually looking forward to enjoying the popcorn snack with you. So
Well, maybe
I'm a little
like
sad about
during a
putting
break.
it out.
No, it's not like we couldn't tell that you weren't eating a goddamn popcorn snack. It was like you were breakdancing on.
Really?
bubble
How do you
wrap
know
over
this
it.
was my first bag?
So, Travis is doing some dope shit. If you guys
Thank
would
you.
allow him.
Yeah.
The rail splitter passes through the tree like a baseball bat passing through a ghost. And the tree slides off of the base and begins to fall in a straight line towards the leeches. And they are going to make dexterity saving throws to try and get out of the way. The first one, the one at the base closest to the tree, well, the 2, which is a 5, that's not going to do it. The one in the middle that just got attacked, got a 19, that will do it. He darts forward towards you. I'm assuming, Travis, that you ran over to the base of the tree to make this happen?
Yes.
Okay.
I stated that.
Okay. And the third one rolls an 18, which is sufficient. He darts forward, too. But the tree falls to the side and just completely obliterates the It's the leech that was closest to the base, the one that was actually right next to you, Magnus. Did someone eat popcorn?
Dang, he's good.
Yeah, I'm really good. So you have destroyed one of these leeches. There's 2 left.
And I'm going.
I just want to say, like, this is the first D&D. I appreciate this as a podcast. This is the first D&D in history where someone has not been able to enjoy a salty snack.
Yeah.
along with their adventure.
Yeah,
Like,
really.
Never. The 2 shouldn't even. It should be in the fucking player's handbook. Like, be sure to get your salty snack to enjoy as you play D&D.
Realism is just blown all to hell right
Yeah.
now. Sorry, but I feel that
I feel
way.
like I'm working. I feel like I'm preparing my taxes. That's what D&D is without salty snacks. There, I got that off my chest.
Well, we'll need to come up with some sort of one of those booths that they have at carnivals where the money blows around.
Listen to Rosa Crunch over here.
Let's listen to who?
Rosa Crunch. He's not going to the back of the snack bus.
Okay.
You know that she wasn't called Rosa Van, right, Justin? Like it's
She
not
wasn't
about...
called Rosa Bus. What are you talking about?
He just is gonna keep crunching.
Go ahead, move.
I'm gonna step up onto the stump.
Okay, you're stumping.
That's a good idea.
This podcast is an auditory nightmare hellscape.
Thanks for the money, though. Hey, just one more time before we let you all go. First, thanks for hanging out with us for an hour. If you are able to help support the Adventure Zone, if you like what you're listening to here, and you would like us to keep making it and keep supporting us and making new stuff and all the other hosts of the Maximum Fun Network, please take a moment right now. Go to MaximumFun.org/donate and help us make more great content. Remember, $10 a month. You get a drive exclusive tote bag plus a ton of bonus material that goes back for years of new stuff. $20, you get that, the tote bag, and a mobile device charger, collapsible water bottle, antibacterial wipes, and pilot wings. And then for $35, you get all that plus a pair of rocket engraved shot glasses with the Max Fun logo on it. There's a ton of stuff.
But above all that, what you really get is our gratitude.
You really get our thanks.
And our love. You won't get that love. No, I'm just kidding. You'll get it no matter what.
We love you no matter what.
And we're talking emotional love, right?
Yes.
Not a physical.
Whatever it takes to get that money.
Good point.
So go to MaximumFun.org/donate
Working on my
now,
night moves.
and then tweet at us. Let us know so we can thank you, and then tweet your friends and tell them to go.
All our
Previously on the Adventure Zone, one of our reclaimers, a brave soldier named Lehman Kessler, was murdered in the city of Rockport. He had just managed to locate and retrieve one of the grand relics. He managed to secure passage on this train, loaded his cargo onto the train, so all 3 of you can board, but one of you will need to be Lehman Kessler, retrieve the relic, and get it back to us any way that you can. Isn't this- yeah.
Shh. Be cool for 2 seconds.
Okay. You pull the handle and your descent starts to slow down. You realize just as you land that you are in a swamp. These dark green leeches begin to come out of the tree.
I'm going to run over to the tree, and I'm going to use Rail Splitter to fell it so it falls over on top of all 3 of them.
Okay, awesome. But the tree falls to the side and just completely obliterates the leech that was closest to the base, the one that was actually right next to you, Magnus.
Listen to Rosa Crunch over here.
Are you a Max Fun Drive donor or a Max Fun Drive boner? Time to make up your mind as you enter the Adventure Zone.
Is that the music?
Yeah, good work, Travis.
What is that music, by the way? That's
I
beautiful.
wrote it with my mouth.
It's Travis. The opening theme to the Adventure Zone is just Travis doing a cappella. Wow. One leech down. Next in the order is actually the leeches. The two of them are
The two of them mourn their fallen friend. They lose a turn.
They're about 5 feet apart.
No, Steven.
In front of the felled tree. One of them scooches over towards Magnus, and one of them scooches over toward Merle. Magnus, the leech that has moved over towards you, doesn't actually lunge forward and attack. It actually rears back and opens up that hideous sarlacc-like mouth. You see its haunting glottis part in the back of its throat, and it tries to spray you with a stinky yellow fluid. And you are going to need to make a dexterity saving throw to prevent.
How do I do that? Just roll a d20?
Roll a d20 and add your dex.
That is 17.
17. Okay, yeah, you dodge out of the way of this stinky yellow fluid. It lands with a
Guys,
splash.
look out for their glottis.
Merle, the injured one that you hit with the thorn whip, has moved over to you. You are waist deep in the muck. You sank down during your last turn. It does rear back and attacks you. And it gets a 19 versus your AC.
I'm going to use my defender thing.
You are not next to Dad, so you cannot. You have to be within 5 feet.
Do I?
Yes.
Oh,
I am
correct.
going to.
You basically, in order to use that, Travis, you have to be like
Right next to him.
fighting in melee with the same person.
Sorry, I thought it was someone I could see. It's been a while since we fought anything.
Yeah, because you're not Captain America. You can't like chuck your shield in front of them.
I look forward to gaining that ability later on whenever the DM deems it appropriate.
Well, I gave you an instant chop down tree axe in the last episode, so
Griffin, when we
Chance
started
gave
the
me
last
that.
episode, I was in my head going, I hope Griffin puts me near a tree. Even if it's just like walking down a road, there's a tree, mine just chops it.
Merle, do you have something to prevent this attack? Because you said you were going to do something.
Yeah, I thought it was my turn.
No, it's the leech's turn, and he has bitten you for 9 damage.
Wait, did the leech roll to attack?
Yeah.
I don't get a chance to evade.
He rolled a 19 against your AC. God, it has been a while since we've done a battle, huh?
What am D&D?
He rolled a 19 against your AC. What's your AC?
18.
Yeah, so he hits. He rolled a 9 for the damage. And he doesn't just bite you. He
He bites you and empties out your bank account.
He bites you. Well,
It steals your identity.
he empties out your blood account a little bit. He latches on there and he gets a good pint and a half of your blood out of you. And when
That's
he
ridiculous. You don't know how much a pint is.
That's
that
a lot, Griffin. That's a lot of blood.
That's 3 cups of blood.
Hey, I'm fine. Don't worry about me.
He drank 3 cups of blood.
I can spare it. I'm all right. Now I'm pissed now.
Wait, you can spare it? Did Merle have a lot of extra blood we don't know about?
That's what's there's the time expended. Did he just say, "Well, if he's going to be at that for a while, I'm going to go have a lie down, try to find some little Debbies."
No, he basically just shotgunned Dad. He basically just shotgunned Merle. Okay. Yeah, he got. I'm going to stick with it. 1.5 pints. Suck that right out of you. And when he detaches, he actually looks a little bit hardier than he did just before the.
He's grown a beard.
Now it is Taco's turn. Taco Tuesday.
How close are those 2 homies to each other? The 2 leeches?
They're about 15 feet away from each other. One is sort of engaged with Magnus, and one just had
the exact right number.
Okay.
I'm going to cast Thunderwave.
Thunderwave. What is that now?
Well, let me tell you about Thunderwave, Griffin.
Let me tell you about
And
this
he
new heat.
strikes like thunder
It's
wave.
the spell that sounds most like an afternoon drive shock jock radio show. Thunderwave.
You got Thunderwave and the Leech coming at you live every day that you drive at 5.
Here in the afternoon, zoo.
Dad, you're a little too good at that.
A wave of thunderous force sweeps out from me. Each creature in a 15-foot... I know. Each creature in a 15-foot cube originating from you must make a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, it takes half as much damage and isn't pushed.
Okay, so because they are 15
it hits them no matter what?
Yeah, I mean, they're going to get hit. It's just about how much, whether or not they can cut that damage in half.
Okay, so what am I rolling to prevent this?
Constitution.
Okay, let me come up with a fake number, because I didn't come up with Leech Constitution, because frankly, Justin, I just didn't think it was going to come up.
Well, we see behind the curtain, and it's messy back there.
Now, you know what? I'll roll a d6. That's the only fair thing to do. Okay. All right, and I'm just trying to beat your spellcasting, your... Yeah. So it was 13 before, now it's 14, because you got the +1.
Correct.
Number staff. Okay. The first one gets an 11, so he's going to take it. The other one crits, 20.
Okay, so
he's super constituted.
The first one, the first one that you hit, the one closest to you would be the one that just drained, that just shotgunned Merle. So he's the one, I guess, who's going to take the damage.
So he takes 11 damage.
Holy shit. Okay, he's bloodied. And some of that blood is Merle, so you know what's up.
And you always round down.
Yeah, the other one is going to take half damage?
Yeah, 5.
That's a good spell.
Yeah.
Thanks. I'm pretty partial to it.
Okay. The one that just tried to spray Magnus is not bloodied, but he takes the damage. I was considering making it so that the electricity would actually shock Merle a little bit, but I think we've established that this is not water per se, and I don't think that it would.
Plus, Griffin,
conduct.
thunder is not electricity. Lightning is electricity.
Well, scientists still have yet to. Kind of like global warming, how like nobody's like figured out if that's really a thing yet.
Mm-hmm.
People are still kind of confused about which one is thunder and which one is lightning. And which are they both pushed?
The full damage one gets pushed 10 feet. The other one is not pushed.
Do you get to choose which direction?
I would think, and this is just like me pulling this out of my ass, but I would think it would be in a line
away
from me to them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. The leech that you hit for full damage, the one that was having a dad snack, goes flying back 10 feet, lands relatively close to the other leech. You basically just blasted it right next to Magnus on the stump. So you got the two leeches by the stump with Magnus on top of it.
Is the tree close enough to them, Ditto, that they can like that Merle and Taco can like grab it and stop sinking?
No, it's a good 15 feet away.
Oh, okay.
Next in the order is Merle. Merle, you are waist deep in muck, which obviously you are not going to be able to move until you remedy that.
And your arm feels really cold.
Why is that?
That's what happens when you donate blood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you haven't had your orange juice.
Yeah, did I get
and
cookies?
graham crackers yet? No.
Yeah, the leech bites you and then goes, "Here you go. Enjoy
buddy.
these peanut butter cookies I made."
All right.
I'm a leech. Leech.
I'm going to cast something that I think will be good for all three of us.
Okay.
It's
Because
a
that's my nature. I'm going to cast Tensor's Floating Disc.
Are you sure that this sounds like a wizard spell?
I have changed my mind about what I'm going to do.
Yeah, I was about to say, that sounds like some Harry Potter ass shit.
It's first level. Okay.
Yeah, but it's wizards.
I shall cast Flame Blade, which is on my list. Which one of them is the most damaged? Which one of the leeches?
There's a bloodied one. They're both relatively in the same location. Is this a second level spell?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Second level evocation. You evoke a fiery blade in your free hand. Travis is going to be so jealous. The blade is similar in size and shape to a scimitar.
Oh man.
How are you? So just another rule clarification. I'm assuming that you make a melee attack with this flaming scimitar?
Yes, a melee spell attack. with the fiery blade.
Yeah, you are not in melee range of these guys. You are sunk half waist deep in the muck, and they are like about 15 feet away from you.
Okay.
I hate to keep salting your game, Daddy, but you got to do.
Come on, Dad. Let's do a D&D podcast. It'll be a blast. I cast Sacred Flame.
Hell yeah! Now this is a spell you are legally allowed to cast.
Flame-like radiance descends on a creature that you can see within range. I assume I can see.
Okay.
Oh, no, you had your eyes closed when you cast it.
No, you got swamp jizz in your eyes.
I'm the only one you keep giving muck updates to, and it's because I'm short. It's all right.
No, you sank into it.
You sank into the goo in your last
but
turn.
you said waist deep,
Oh, shit, wait.
and my waist is a lot...
Retcon alert. Griffin forgot something. Retcon alert.
Uh-huh.
Taco, you didn't move last turn, did you?
No,
You sank waist deep into the mud as well.
that was the break.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
right.
so both Taco and Merle, you are right, Dad. I was being unfair. Both of you have sunk into the goo.
Ha-ha! Wait.
Guys,
Yeah, you really helped out.
guys, bad news. I lost my legs.
They take 1d8 radiant damage.
Just one of them, though, right? It's not in a range.
Yeah, I want to hit the bloody one that
Okay.
gave me the hickey.
The bloody one. And he's making a saving throw?
He makes a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. I actually already gave them a dexterity modifier. 6. Not gonna do it. +1 for your Extreme Teen Bible.
Wait a minute. Give me an 8.
Oh, that's an automatic 0.
Yep. If you don't show up prepared, then you take the 0. That's
No
how it
number
works.
2 pencil, eh?
To 1, and then a 1, because I have my Extreme Teen Bible.
Right. Most scientists and mathematicians agree that is 2.
But it can't be
finished.
proven.
Okay.
And I don't add any modifier to it?
Nope.
Okay.
If
But
only
you
you
hate
cast
'em.
that burning sword spell. That sounded dope.
Yeah, it sounded really cool, you guys.
Oh, whoa, wait. Merle says, eat me.
Okay. To the heavens. to the unreliable narrator.
DM.
Okay.
He becomes
Fantastic.
momentarily aware of your
Okay.
existence.
Is that it for your turn?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, you have sank
Back on that
completely.
popcorn grind, though.
You have sank. No popcorn.
he got
Oh, I'm sorry.
He got that 2 damage off. He got that 1 sunburn on a leech. It was like, time to popcorn out.
Did I?
Time for a little victory popcorn.
Will I break another rule?
So it's important for you to know that this is not in punishment for your impunity, but you have sank completely into the slime.
Uh-huh.
And you are going to take some poison damage because you can't breathe slime.
You know, I forgot one birthday, Griffin. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead and take 7 poison damage.
Sure. Yeah. Okay.
And you are completely submerged in swamp now. And
Can
the
I ask
order.
a question? Is the poison damage because he can't breathe liquid, or is it because the swamp itself is dangerous?
It is because he can't breathe poison swamp goo.
It's poison swamp goo, so
It is if you breathe it. If you drink it and you get it in your mouth and you drink it, it's gonna hurt.
okay. Are there fish? Is there wildlife? I mean, is there aquatic life that's fine?
These
What
leeches
do we
don't
have
seem-
to do to save the wetlands?
I would be more worried about saving the cleric at this point. Next in the order is Magnus Burnsides.
Okay.
You are safe on your stump.
I'm going to run down the felled tree to where I'm coming to get you, Magnus. No, you're wrong. Okay. Whatever I can do to get me closest to where Merle went down.
The tree is not going to be difficult terrain. So you can move down that. It'll take you about 5 feet to get to a point where you can get sort of a straight line to try and run to Merle. But once you get into the swamp, it will be difficult terrain, and you won't have enough movement to get there. So you could try a leap. You could do a leap in loafers. You could try and do some Tarzan shit. If you
Oh,
want.
yeah, wait, no, I can leap up to my speed, right?
We should really be writing this stuff down.
The boots of striding and springing, or the leap and loafers, as we have called them, allow you to jump 3 times your normal distance. So we'll say 15 feet.
Cool. Can I jump from the tree then? Like, what, can I make it to him that way?
Yeah. You'll have enough movement to do that. You straight up airbud that shit.
Well, before I go,
Oh, okay.
I'm going to tie the rope off to like a branch or something.
What rope?
I got rope. Everybody's got rope. It's in my adventurer's kit.
Okay, but that's going to be your action, homie. If you do that.
Tying a rope is actually that's level 1. This is first day of school shit.
No, yes, but you are taking the time to do something. That would be considered an action. It's not like you're pressing a button or flipping a switch.
I don't tie the rope. Okay.
All right.
I just jump over because I love Merle so damn much.
Okay.
And I reach in and pull him out of the goddamn swamp.
Well, okay. Again, we're gonna need to make some checks because we're playing
like
Dungeons and Dragons.
Adventure Hour in here.
You're gonna have to make some checks because that's how we play Dungeons and Dragons. You don't just say things and do it because it's a video game. Well, it's a board game. Scientists have yet to agree. So you're gonna plunge your hand into the goo where you think you just saw Merle. You reach in. You get a little bit of beard. Do you have a beard? Wow, Dad, you should really be in charge of the Foley work. You do a much better job than I do. And Merle, why don't you make or Magnus, why don't you make
makes everything sound gushy.
That's
I
true.
don't like it.
Well, that's sort of like what tickles my fancy. Magnus, why don't you pull your cleric out?
Okay. I roll. What's that? A strength?
Strength check. Yeah, we'll do a strength check.
Okay, great. So that was a 15.
15. Yeah, you in one smooth motion remove the cleric from the swampy goo. You pull him out and plop him back down on. Well, not terra firma. It's still swamp, but that he's
Terra
okay.
Slima.
Terra Slima. Yeah, sure.
And do I have any move? Like that was all my move, right?
That was it. Yeah, but you don't sink in.
I don't.
Nope.
As long as you move, you don't sink, kids.
Next in the order is the leeches. They both scurry towards the party. You guys are relatively close together. One of them actually goes for Taco, who is half submerged, and one of them goes for Magnus. Magnus, again, one of them rears back and spews its yellow spume at you from its haunting glottis, and you are going to make a dexterity saving throw.
Saving throw, dex, 2. I got 10.
10, that is insufficient. You are sprayed with fluid. You take 5 damage, and the fluid, as it hits you, almost like magic shell upon a scoop of ice cream, firms up and becomes almost web-like, and you are restrained, meaning you have 0 movement until you can successfully make a dexterity saving throw at the end of your turn.
Okay.
The other leech just goes for Taco and tries to chow down. 16.
I will use my defender thing here, though, right?
Yeah, you are close enough for that.
Okay.
8. Probably not going to hit AC on Taco.
12. No. Yeah, 12.
12. Okay. Yeah, you...
does that increase over with leveling up, or...
We got to get you some new armor.
Yeah.
I think it is armor and also your dexterity modifier. As you increase that, your AC also goes up.
Okay. Right. So it's still 12.
Okay. Yeah, so he does not manage to chow down. Taco, it is your turn. You are half submerged. You got a leech right up on you. It is the hardier of the 2 leeches. The leech that just sprayed Magnus is on death's door. You guys are pretty clumped together at this point.
Can I walk?
You can't. You can try and pull yourself out, but you can't. You can't move.
Grab onto my waist belt. Pull yourself up from my groin.
No, it's okay. I'll just levitate. I'm cool, thanks. I levitate.
Okay, is that a thing you can do?
Yes, it's a second level transmutation magic. I just float.
Okay. You float. You start. You
I mean, that's the whole. That's
Float.
the whole thing.
Float on.
the swamp almost opens up around you like a open mouth and allows you to squoosh out over the swamp, and you are now straight up levitating over.
And for half a second, leech and adventurer alike, I'll turn mouth agape to stare at the glory of floating taco.
How long does that last, floating taco?
10 minutes.
Okay, so yeah, you no longer have to worry about the effects of the swamp around you. You gonna do anything else, or is that your turn?
I can't really do anything else. That's my action, and I can't. I can't really move.
Okay.
Once I'm floating, the only way I can sort of alter my location at all is by pushing or pulling against a fixed object or surface.
Merle, you're up. You are above ground and stink. You smell like swamp, but otherwise you're good to go there, Shrek.
All right. How close are the two?
They're both very close. One is right next to you. One is 5 feet away. The one that is right next to you is super bloodied.
I'm going to cast Thunder Wave, and yes, I do have it.
Is that a
Suck it, Griffin.
Is that a nature, whatever it is, one of your boons of being a nature guy?
It's a... Yeah.
Okay, so you're having basically a dueling banjos, which is appropriate considering the setting. Thunder Wave off with Taco at this point.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to do that or not.
Is it? Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to insult your game. I mean, if you want to be basically a copycat of Taco, then absolutely go for it. But I thought you were listening when Fleetwood Mac told you to go your own way.
All right, I'm going to try Flame Blade again on the one right in front of me.
Okay.
Wait a minute, what's the difference between Flame Blade and... Gosh.
Do you have like a sword? Something you could poke him with really hard? Just like attack it? He's super bloodied.
I'm rolling my own way, bud.
Okay. I mean, I did just use my whole action to save your
all
butt.
right. All right, I'll hit Mr. Bloody with my Warhammer.
Thank you.
Happy?
Yes.
Also, I don't know that you can actually cast Flame Blade.
Yeah, I knew you were looking it up, you little...
Yeah, well, it's a good thing I did, because you can't do it. Dad's a Clawizard bard. Clawizard bard druid. All right, so what are you doing, Dad?
All right. I roll what?
What are you doing?
I'm just hitting him with my my Warhammer.
Okay.
16.
Does he add a modifier to that?
Yes, he adds, I think, +4. It should say next to your Warhammer on your character sheet.
It is +4. That's right.
Okay, so 20. That's a hit.
20. And then roll the D8.
+2.
It's 6 +2. That's 8.
You bring your hammer down on the bloodied leech in front of you, and when you pull the hammer back, the leech has a hammer-shaped indent in it and has stopped moving. He is dead as hell.
Yeah. Thanks. I got some of my own blood on me.
I thought
Great.
I'd feel more excited. That was just kind of sad.
Next in the order is Magnus.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Are you going to move?
Am I going to move?
Yeah.
You should.
Yes.
Okay, what are you doing?
I move 1 foot back.
Okay, you step backwards 1 foot, and you are fine. Next in the order is Magnus.
I'm going to chop him with the rail splitter, two-handed.
Okay. Chopping the other one?
Yeah.
Well, there's
The
one
only
left.
living one. Okay.
Yeah.
24.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, and that's a D10.
Can we
Are
call
you-
that one Robin Leach?
Yeah, I guess you were within 5 feet because you were restrained, so you can't move.
Yeah. And that is 6 + 6, 12.
12. Okay, he is bloodied, and he looks like he's ready to embrace the end.
Sweet death. Dexterity saving throw?
Yes, make a dexterity saving throw. You're just trying to beat a 10.
I got... Nope, that's not going to do it. That's a 5.
Yeah. You do not save, and you sink halfway into the slime. It is now the leech's turn. He is actually going to move right back over to you, Magnus, and try and recover a little bit of health. He rolls a 15
against my armor class.
Yes.
That is not going to hit, and I'm going to use riposte. When creature misses you with melee attack, use reaction and dice to make a melee attack against them. If hit, plus dice to the damage.
Oh, so you roll a d20 and one of your superiority dice.
Correct.
Which is a d6.
Correct.
What does that mean, superiority dice? What
So
does that mean?
17.
That's Travis's new thing. He has a pool of resources called superiority dice. He gets 4 of them per day, and he can spend them to do these maneuvers. So right now he's spending one of them to repose, which means he makes a counterattack, adds the result of the superiority dice to it.
I got a 24.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay, and then the damage is, we'll just D8. 4 plus 6 is 10 plus 5, so 15.
Yeah, you straight up like Babe Ruth call the shot and send half of this leech flying way deep into the swamp.
And then eat 12 hot dogs and drink 14 beers.
What's really impressive is that you did this without leg movement. You are halfway down in the swamp, and you basically, like some sort of chopping robot, reared back and sent half of this thing flying.
Good upper body, dude.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you
bro.
have solved my Shrek puzzle.
Folks, we
Having a lot of fun today.
We're gonna have a lot of podcast fun today.
And now that comes to an end.
And now it comes to an end as we come to you hat in hand for money. We're part of the Maximum Fun Network here at the Adventure Zone. If we're the first show on Max Fun you listen to, you may not know what that means, but it's an entire podcast network of creator-owned programs that aim to make the world a little better, a little funnier, a little better educated, whatever. It varies depending on the show. Our purpose here is just to have a little fun and help spread. My dad is grabbing my wrist. He's putting his hat in my hand.
What is oh my god, do you need me to come over there? What's going on?
Some sort of photo opportunity, I guess.
Hat in hand.
Hat in hand. So MaximumFun.org/donate is where you can go to make a monthly pledge to help support this network. That money's going to go to Max Fun to help grow the network and support all the great hardworking people it has looking for new shows and creating new shows. And it's also going to go to the shows that you choose as the ones you listen to. That pledge is going to be split up between those shows. Your money is going directly.
Do you know what the number one thing that you get for donating to Maximum Fun?
Help us spread the word. Use the Max Fun Drive hashtag.
You're also rolling up into Rockport, so you knew which direction to head.
There's only a couple days left in the Max Fun Drive that you can get all of those awesome pledge gifts for. So don't wait. Go to MaximumFun.org/donate now. As you're listening to this show, go now to donate and become a Max Fun donor today.
Back to the adventure. I'm actually going to go pee just one last time real quick. The three of you roll into Rockport after escaping the swamp. It takes you a little while. Your tickets say that
They had to drag me part of the way. You know that, right?
They just pushed you. It was like air hockey. They just sort of pushed Taco. Just sort of slid him across the top of it.
I got a taco balloon.
You got a good lay of the land when you crash landed, so you knew which direction to head. You made it out of the swamp. It took you a little while. Your tickets for the Rockport Limited say it departs at 10:15, and by the time that you manage to get to Rockport, it is 9:45. So you are cutting it relatively close.
We got plenty of time.
You're also rolling up into Rockport. Magnus, you are covered in a stinky yellow goo that dried up, so isn't really restricting you anymore, but it is unsightly and unstinkly. Taco, you are just sort of crusty from the waist down with swampy goo that you have been unable to rinse off your body. Dad, you look like some sort of weird shit monster. who is just caked in
And your character in this game.
Yeah, you said dad. Right.
Merle is
Everybody else was
absolutely
the character.
clean. Merle, you look like a little, just a little shit monster. You have goo caked in your clothes and your beard and your. Do you have hair?
I have a little fringe of hair. Yes,
A
and
little
it's
fringe.
caked with
What does it
shit.
even-
Where you least expect it.
What does that mean?
A little fringe of hair, like
You've got. It's sort of
like a tonsure. It's like a tonsure.
It's kind of like how some people get their basketball number carved in their hair, but for you, it's just your hair is your basketball number.
Yeah.
And what number is that?
That would be 26.
26. Okay. Thank you for not
Now,
saying
and,
16.
and listen, I mean, not that it's important, but I lost a lot of blood. Don't be worried about me. I'm fine.
Yeah, you guys have not had time to have a short rest. You have had to book it in order to get to this train on time. So you roll into Rockport. It is a city of iron and industry that is built into... What is that?
That's a city on the move.
Okay, so thank you. It is sort of built...
Rockport, a city on the grow. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome to lovely downtown Rockport, city of industry.
And of dreams.
Home to manufacturers.
Hey, it's me, Bing Crosby.
Creators.
You know, it's me, Bing Crosby. I love every visit. to
Scholastic
Rockport.
Films presents.
The people here are so alert and kind, and they always make it feel like a second home to me.
Hey,
Rockport.
you look like a little pile of shit, dwarf.
Always
While
say,
visiting
Bing.
Rockport, don't fail to visit the Museum of Industry. Boop, 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 boop.
The three of you are making the
We don't need
town...
this train. We can entertain ourselves.
And we don't need the rest. You don't need me.
You've grown
Oh,
me
share
out
the
of-
spotlight.
I am completely irrelevant. The town of Rockport is built into the base of one of the mountains that make up the Teeth. It's huge. This entire range of mountains. Imagine like a bunch of Kilimanjaros just sort of layered, stacked up on top of each other. And that's kind of I mean it's pretty majestic. It is a majestic mountain range, and the town is built into the base of it, and sort of in the back of the town. Really going into the mountains, there's sort of a main avenue leading straight towards it, is the train station. So you guys know basically where you're going. You walk by the Museum of Industry. You walk by some factories, some buildings that are just all smokestacks.
Any truck stops where we can grab a quick shower and some jerky or anything like that?
You can try and find a Sheets if you want, but you may not have
Fantasy
time.
sheets.
Yeah,
Character sheets.
it's up to you if you guys want to try and find a place to clean your bodies before you.
I just think it would be smart if we're going to try to run a scam that maybe we look
Yeah.
halfway.
Well,
Yeah,
listen.
so you got a half hour. You could you can try and look around.
Where's the nearest brothel?
okay, I don't
good
see how
thinking.
that's going to help.
No,
us.
because you can get baths at a brothel or an inn or something like that. And I figure
this
the
is
place
a
where they're going
ask.
to ask the least amount of questions is the brothel.
Is there somebody around us we can ask?
With a lot of eye makeup and like a beauty mark.
There are a lot of people on the street. It is a busy town.
Is there somebody around us who just looks like helpful, or maybe is wearing armor?
Maybe Tom Bodette. Is Tom Bodette
Tom
anywhere in
Bodette
this town?
literally-
Has
There
anyone
is
left
a-
a light on for us?
There's a Ron Bodette who is dressed in a suit of armor, in a standing in a police watch box. Oh, what? That's not a thing that exists.
Yeah. He's going to point us towards brothels.
I like your creativity. Magnus, talk to him. You got the charisma, baby.
Yes, there's a constable-looking fellow. What did you say? What was the person's name you were asking about?
Tom Bodette.
Tom
is
Bodette.
that?
He's the guy at
Motel 6.
We'll
He'll leave the light on. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, Tom Bodette is there for some reason. God, I'm getting
Make sure
into.
to do a good Tom Bodette impression.
Okay, hi, I'm Tom Bodette. What did you guys need? Welcome
That's
to
really
Rockport.
pretty close.
You guys
yeah.
new here? I'm actually part of the tourism industry, part of the welcome committee. So tell me what you need to know. I was.
Oh, we were looking
Oh,
for
so
a
you know our
brothel
theme song.
officer.
What now?
Ignore the shit monster. We're looking for a place where we can bathe in like a real quick hurry.
That's kind of a weird request, but it does seem like you need it. You guys stink.
I
and one
heard
of you looks like
Rockport was a city that welcomes all kinds.
Yeah, we do, I guess.
Including shit monster.
Kind of begrudgingly. We have a bathatorium.
Okay, great. Where's that?
It's about, it's on the outskirts of town. It's about 25 miles out.
Well, that's shitty, Tom Bodette.
That's probably not going to come. You guys can come back to my house if you want. I got like a hose.
Yes,
hose.
Sitting right in front of it. Okay.
How far away is your house?
It's right here. You're right in front of it.
Oh. All right.
I was wondering about the hose right here next to your boots. That explains it.
And he takes you back into his backyard and turns the faucet on the side of the house on. The hose has sprung a leak, and he's like, oh no, the hose doesn't work. That's a shame. You guys are just come close to the faucet, and he just starts splashing.
He just holds his thumb over it.
I want to make a duct tape roll.
Okay, you put your finger over the holes in the hose and start just sort of blasting each other.
All right, I cast a cantrip of mending on the hose and fix it.
Okay, that's a thing you can do
serious.
Just to thank him.
now. Okay. Oh,
Listen,
thanks,
I want to
man.
do something for you, Tom Bodette from Motel 6 ads. Here, check this out.
Oh, wow, my hose. Thanks, dude. My dad gave me this hose before he died.
And he just turned the lights on.
In P.
In what?
No problem.
Oh, sorry. Internet doesn't exist
Wizard
yet.
speak.
Sure. I've heard of this. Okay, do you
Talk
guys...
like internet.
Should I hose you guys down, or you want to take turns doing each other? I understand we just met, and so you may not trust me to...
Let's all hose each other.
Okay. I got a sprinkler, too. We could have some fun back here. You guys
Do you
aren't going
have
anywhere, right?
Okay, we spray each other real quick. Time's wasted.
Do you have like one of those wild
Oh, those wiggles.
Lego things that spray the water
guys.
everywhere?
Okay, yeah, you guys have a brief 10-minute sprinkler party with Tom Bodette in his backyard.
Does he have a slip and slide?
He doesn't have a slip and slide. He did
Time
just
to go.
make a... he's got the fixins for mimosas. You guys want some mimosas?
No.
Sorry,
love
Tom
a mimosa.
Bodette. We've got to get out of here.
It's
But
not
we'll
a
see
sprinkler
you
party
when we
without
come through
mimosas.
Rockport again.
Does anybody want to kiss?
Yes. I hug him.
We gotta
Okay.
go.
That's good enough. It was really great
And I
to meet
whisper
you
in his
guys.
ear, I'll always love you, Tom Bodette.
I don't know that... Okay.
You're
Well,
welcome that we willed you into existence, Tom.
yeah, thank you. I'm going to die as soon as you guys leave.
Do you think maybe we can... No, come on. Maybe Tom Bodette's a big fan of the podcast.
You are
And as we walk away, he whispers, I'll see you again, Bureau of Balance.
He
As he
pulls a
twists his
red
hands
robe.
together and
He
twirls
pulls a
his
red
mustache.
robe over his head and vanishes. Okay, so you are de-stunk. You managed to make it to the ticket counter of the Rockport train station with minutes to spare. And the ticket taker, who looks mysteriously a lot like Tom Bodette, is like...
Don Bodette.
It's like that scene in Wizard of Oz. It's just the same guy.
Come on in.
It is actually Tom Bodette, and he says, "Oh, weird! You guys are taking a train. You should have said something. I didn't know. By the way, I didn't catch your guys' names. What do you guys go by? What are your handles?"
I'm Lehman Kessler.
Okay, it's nice.
I believe there's already a ticket for me.
There is, yeah, and we are holding some of your cargo as well. Let me get that. He reaches down underneath the desk and pulls out a shimmering, almost platinum-esque ticket. That he slides through there's a window that he is behind with a small gap in it. He slides it through the gap and hands it to you. He says, "Mr. Kessler, you're really going to enjoy the journey. Are these two coming with you?"
These are my retainers.
Okay.
This is Bo, and that's Diddley. And
Which one's which?
The short one that has kind of a vague look in his eyes, that's Bo.
Okay, but you've just described neither. They're about the same height, and both of them look relatively vague.
Okay, the one who's pretending to be a wizard is Bo. And the
I'm
one
Leon Kessler.
and the
Are you guys related?
he spells his with two with an O. He said Leon, and that's my twin brother
Are you
who
Leon?
works for me. I'm
I thought you said. I thought you said
you're
Lehman.
Hey, Dom,
Okay.
we got to go. If you'll excuse us.
I'm really
my
glad that the
name
three
is-
of you are the people that you say you are, because if you were doing some sort of ruse right now, it would be very, very
Oh,
important.
goodness, no.
So
My name
Lehman,
is-
Leon, and Diddley?
My name is Flan Bodette.
Okay. I'm gonna let's
Magnus
just go.
gives Taco a thumbs up.
We're gonna stop
I
for a second.
panicked.
We're gonna stop for a second. We're just gonna stop for a second, and we're just gonna go down the line. I'm gonna point at you, and you're going to tell me what your name is. Obviously, Lehman Kessler. He points at you.
That's me.
Merle.
I'm
Yep,
Lehman
got
Kessler.
that one. Points at Magnus. You are...
Yes. Go on.
Leroy, tell him Leroy Kessler.
No, I'm Diddley Kessler.
You're deadly. That's what I thought. And you, wizardly-looking fellow?
Justin.
That's deep cover.
Perfect. Okay, Justin, Lehman, and Diddley. Diddley and Justin, you guys have your own tickets. I'm hoping, please.
Oh, no, look at mine very carefully.
Yes, we do.
Look at the shiny thing in my hand.
Yeah, I gave that to you. It's
Yeah,
not
but just
psychic
watch it.
paper.
I cast Charm Person on Tom Bodette.
Okay. That's just sort of like the only arrow in your quiver when it comes to handling Bodettes.
That phrase has never
Non-playable
been
Bodette.
No, it's
uttered.
unfortunate. You know, what's funny is that we were able to charm the last Bodette with just charm. This Bodette is too wily for me. I'm going to have to use magical charm.
Okay.
Griffin,
how does that work?
Can I make a, I guess it's a perception check to find out if I know if Rockport is just populated by all Tom Bodettes?
It's like House of Wax.
I rolled
They're all
a
animatronically.
16.
Yeah, it's all Bodettes.
Okay, it's Bodettes all the way down.
But those Bodettes know how to run a city because this place is immaculate. Okay, so you are casting it. What do I do?
To charm a humanoid. Tom's going to make a wisdom saving throw. I assume that you have already set a wisdom level for Tom Bodette. Motel 6 pitch man.
It's got to be a 6.
It's gotta be
It actually is a 6, so good luck.
I've heard him
trying-
on Wait, Don't Tell Me. He's pretty intelligent.
I'm trying to roll a 14, right? Is that what I'm trying to beat?
Yeah.
Okay. Ah, shit, I rolled a 6. That's 12. Not going to do it. He's charmed. Hey.
What is
Do you,
What can I do for you guys?
you guys want to kiss?
Tickets. My retainers need
I already
tickets.
gave you mine, and they seem to have their own already.
Okay.
We just need the cargo, and then we're going to get on the plane. Or train,
Can I just say,
automobile?
something? And this might sound weird, but I think the three of you are exactly who you're telling me you are. And I don't know. Again, it seems like a weird thing to say, but I am just so charmed by you.
Nothing weird there.
No, it's all normal.
By the way, we got a sleeper car, right?
You do, yeah, and a seat in the passenger train as well. So
Comp us some snacks.
okay, he slides some Melbatos just unpackaged through the glass. He's like, I was going to have these as a lunchtime treat, but it seems
I
like
want to use detect magic to see if it's magic Melba.
isn't all Melbatoast pretty fucking magical to begin with?
Can I roll to see if I get horrifically depressed by the idea that Tom Bodette considers Melbatos to be a fun snack?
Well, no, because it's transformative. You can do anything with it. What do you got? You can. I'm afraid to say food stuff now because Dad has me fucking paranoid that every time I say a food thing, he'll be like, "Oh, well, that goes on."
Good. You should be Dungeon Master.
It's just I didn't expect one of you to be so vigilant for Tex-Mex.
Well, just get used to it.
That's actually Dad in real life. You cannot drive past a Tex-Mex place. He's like, hey.
Whoa, slow down.
He says he pops open the back door of his ticket booth and says, "You guys are actually the last ones to board. So if you want, I can walk you to the platform.
And then go home and slowly die.
Go home to my Bodette wife." And my Bodette kids.
Bernadette Bodette.
This is the weirdest episode ever.
Yep.
Let's get on the train.
Starts to walk you through the train station.
We need the cargo.
Yes, Lehman. What do you? What takes you to Neverwinter today?
A combination of business and pleasure.
Oh, biz pleasure, huh? I've heard of that.
Yeah.
Pleasness, huh?
Yeah. I got to keep it pretty close to the vest. You understand, don't you, Tom?
Now, Lehman, we've already received your cargo, and we have it locked away in the cargo car. So that's not going to be an issue. That's going to get there safe and sound. It was rated as a high priority item, and so it's kind of protocol for me to walk our VIP passengers through the security process. Yeah. If you'll just come with me, he takes you into the station. It is it's a cavern, right? It's carved into the foot of the teeth, one of the mountains in the teeth. But it's not as drab as you would expect a cave to be. It's actually very well lit with some fountains and some
newsstand
trees growing,
kiosk.
a newsstand kiosk inside. And in the middle of this, the entryway into this station is one of the cargo cars of this train that is non-operational. It's not on a track. It's just sort of up on a pedestal. And Bodette walks you over to the car and pops open the caboose door and is like, "Come on in. I'll show you around."
Okay.
This is the cargo car that is on all of our trains. It'll be on the Rockport Limited when you take it to Neverwinter. As you can see, there's no windows in the car. Keeps it very secure from marauders. Most of the line runs through the mountains, so we're not especially worried about train jumpers, if you will.
Have you had any incidents recently?
Never. We have never lost a piece of cargo. We have never lost anything that we have locked away. And that is because, he says, of this thing. And he points to the middle of the car is a 5 by 5 foot onyx cube.
An Amish cube. That sounds so cool.
Onyx cube that is built into the floor of this train. He says, this is a crypt safe. And it
A crypt
is...
keeper, if you will.
If you want to be that way, if you want to be that guy, sure.
If you want to be like that.
This is indestructible. Nobody's going to be smashing into a crypt safe anyway, anytime soon.
May I
and it
test
is also-
that?
If you want, but don't use a weapon that you like to do it.
Never mind.
Okay. What makes it special is it's time locked, meaning only a Rockport Limited can open it with 1 hour of sustained physical contact.
Engineer.
So it's not like even if a robber somehow did manage to get on board, or if somebody managed to pass our screening process and get on board a train, they are not going to be able to pop this thing open. They would need somebody who works here to do so, and they would need to stand there for an hour, which just simply would not happen. It is the safest way to get your shit from point A to point B.
Does that really slow down the luggage unloading process?
By about an hour, yes. So in that sense, it's but the train makes a 200-mile journey in 4 hours, and you would be hard pressed to find a form of transportation that is going to be that expedient in the world. So.
Well, Tom, I'm sure, I mean, since I've done this many times before, you have some kind of backdoor method for me to check just to make sure that my merchandise is safe. So
well, it's already loaded. It's loaded onto the actual train, and once we put it in the crypt safe, it actually becomes the property of the Rockport Limited until the train has made its reached its final destination. So that unfortunately will not be possible. But believe me, it is in not only good hands, the best hands.
Okay. Sounds
good.
great.
It doesn't sound good at all. It's a setup for something. This is bad.
I heard all of that.
Tom, you're still charmed.
You're charmed.
Put your fingers in your ears.
And can I say something? I loved it. I love your caution, and I love just how suspicious you're all being.
Now, listen, Tom. When we're all done and we're completely done with you,
we will
want
kiss.
You to,
Sorry?
we want you to step in front of the next train that is coming by. Okay?
No.
Is that okay? If you don't mind doing that for us.
To step.
No, we can't kill Tom Bodette.
You need me to
It'll be. You'll love it. It is a once.
What is it?
Got little Bodettes at home.
What happens when I do it?
It's a once in a lifetime experience.
No, Merle, you're a cleric. You're
Dad, why is our dad putting a kill switch in beloved picture of Tom Bodette?
We can't kill Tom Bodette.
I have a feeling.
Okay. You hear from outside the train, "All aboard!" And Tom Bodette goes, "Well, time to go, I guess. I'll show you guys."
All right. Wait. Let me clarify. Let me clarify.
Yeah.
Not a moving train. Just step in front of a train, wave goodbye, and then step off the tracks.
Okay, that seems weirder even than. But let's get you guys situated.
This is going to come back and bite us in the ass. I know it.
not killing Tom Bodette?
You'll see.
Tom Bodette, hold on, wait, rearrange the letters. Voldemort, what?
So real quick, before you go, we just want to remind you, before Max Fun Drive ends, which is just in a couple of days, this is your opportunity to go to MaximumFun.org/donate. Choose a level of donation you're able to do, $5, $10, $20, $35, $100, or $200. Get the awesome pledge gifts like all.
Previously on the Adventure Zone. Secure passage on this train. One of you will need to be Lehman Kessler. You will need to retrieve the relic and get it back to us any way that you can.
Is Tom Bodette anywhere in this town?
Has anyone left a light on for us?
You managed to make it to the ticket counter.
I'm Lehman Kessler.
I'm Diddley Kessler.
You're deadly. That's what I thought. And you, wizardly-looking fellow?
Justin. I cast Charm Person on Tom Bodette.
Okay.
We want you to step in front of the next train that is coming by, okay?
No!
Is that okay? If you don't mind doing that for us.
Just step. You hear from outside the train, all aboard! And Tom Bodette goes, well, time to go, I guess.
Come on, ride the train. It's the choo-choo, and ride it. It's the Adventure Zone.
So the three of you have just checked in with Tom Bodette, one of the Tom Bodettes, one of the many, many animatronic Tom Bodettes that occupy Rockport, and have boarded the train. You walk in through a door to the main passenger car compartment.
Griffey, is this train luxurious or is it like utilitarian?
It is fully luxuried out. It is the Lexus of fantasy trains. I'm talking gilded. It's gilded with gold. It's
gilded with gold, you say?
It's
it's fine thing to gild with.
It's gilded with silver and platinum. Nope.
Gold.
Nope.
Gold's the only thing you can gild with.
Can't gild with anything else.
Watch me. It's bedazzled with electrum. It's a really nice train.
Smell good.
Smells great. Posh interior, soft seats, shag carpeting, which is weird, but it's like nice shag carpeting. Right. So you walk in through the main passenger entrance into the passenger car, and there waiting for you is a very tall, very finely dressed elven man. Who is wearing a Rockport Limited uniform. He has a mustache, which is rare for elves. Not typically known for their bodacious facial hair, but there you are. And this man looks down at you as you are boarding the train and says, tickets and weapons, please.
Yeah.
No problem. Is it okay if I keep my umbrella in case of a storm?
Well, yeah, it's not. Yeah, I wouldn't typically consider that to be a weapon. Can I see your tickets, please, though?
Yes.
There you go.
Yes, here's mine.
Snatches them all.
Griffin, do we have tickets? Oh, we did get tickets.
Yeah, you did get tickets.
Whew, that was close. I almost had to kill him.
He snatches them up. Oh, Lehman Kessler. Oh, yes, I understand we are carrying a very precious piece of cargo for you.
Yes, take good care of his package.
That's terrific. This is kind of a fancy train, so if we could maybe watch that stuff. My name is... Wait for it.
Tom Bodette.
My name is
Lazy GM.
Do you know that there's only one real Tom Bodette and the rest are Tom Fodettes? That's true.
My name is Hudson. I'm the engineer of this train. Welcome aboard. We're happy to have you. We know that you have lots of choices to pick from for subterranean intercity travel here, but and we sure do appreciate the fact that you picked us.
Well, we tried to get on the Rockport Unlimited, but it was full.
That train is a little too extreme for most people. It doesn't even go on rails. It just sort of they just
Where
sort of
doesn't it
off-road
go?
Well, it doesn't get to its destination usually. It usually crashes and it's pretty terrible. But thank you for joining us. Who are your compatriots here?
My compatriots?
Oh my God!
No.
Hi, Lehman has a Scottish accent.
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Yes, he
Let me
does.
check my note. Wait, let me check my notes here.
No, it's
He does
right
not.
here in my character sheet.
That's interesting because the Lehman I
I
spoke
keep
to,
turning down his volume, and I swear to God, it keeps getting louder.
I think that is hacked into your mainframe.
He's become self-aware.
You all are in luck. This is actually not a very full train. You'll have your pick of seating in the passenger car. You have your own room.
I didn't introduce myself.
Oh, sorry. Yes, go right ahead.
I have a name as well.
Terrific.
and feelings.
Good day to you. Thank you for having me on your choo-choo.
Are you disembarking? We haven't even left the station yet.
I need to find a seat that has a comfort equitable to my situation.
I appreciate your fancy speech. That is how we.
Gratuities to you for the compliment.
Now I will be in here, and he points to the engine car to his right at the head of the train. The engine car, the entrance to the car is a very high security heavy metal door with a window slot in it for him to look out. But it's a very secure door, and he says, I will be in here for the duration of the trip. I won't be coming out as just a security measure. If somebody were to take the helm of this train, they could. They could drive it.
Possibly foreshadowing.
Or rampant paranoia.
I'm telling you guys. Trust me. Oh, it could happen.
The Mountain Train Security Agency protocols demand that I stay in the engine for the duration of the trip. With no visitors, I'm sure some of you would like to learn how a choo-choo works.
I'd like to sit on your lap.
Well,
Maybe
and
steer a little bit.
You are not alone in that desire. But unfortunately, it's engineers only in the engine. And after the trip, I will escort you to the crypt safe in the caboose, and I will help you retrieve your package. But from that point on, it's in your
Sorry,
hands.
just to clarify, where was the package again?
The package is in the caboose. I don't...
Thank you very much. We'll be retiring to our rooms now.
Okay, well, this was a great talk, and I feel like if other people were listening to this conversation, say thousands and thousands of people, they would put their listening apparatus down and they would go, wow, that was a good recorded conversation I just listened to.
And then puncture their own eardrums.
And if, say, those listeners had somehow paid money to support our conversation, they would say, yes, I have chosen to spend my money wisely, and I feel great about my life and my decisions. But see you later, smell you later, he says. Yeah, before you go, I just need to grab your grab your weapons from you. These will also be locked up in the vault, and we'll be returning them to you as soon as we reach our final destination.
But my whole body is a weapon. You see, I've trained myself.
Listen,
Thank you, Barney Fife.
Are you one of those magic flesh swords?
I am.
I've heard about those where a young witch kisses a sword and it turns into a human man.
It was something like that.
I read about that in my Penthouse magazine.
I never believed it would happen to me.
No, I just give me those weapons and I'll lock them right up. Put them right in the car. You'll never know that they were missing unless you need them. But you won't. Super safe train.
I do hold on to my glove, though.
Which
my
one?
gauntlet.
Yeah, that's fine. What could you possibly do with a gauntlet?
Well, it keeps it. I have smelly hand syndrome.
Oh, my God. Me too. I didn't think I'd ever meet another. He pulls off the leather glove that he has over his left hand, and it stinks. There's a stink to it that it almost seems supernatural, almost as if he's been cursed on his hand. He says,
that's pretty bad, I guess.
Can I have a whiff of your brand?
Unfortunately, no. There was a law passed that I was not allowed to remove my gauntlet.
I made myself very vulnerable just then.
Let the man smell your hand.
Okay.
Give him your hand.
I can't do that. I'm not at that point in my therapy
Well,
yet.
God, fine, he says, and takes up your weapons. Are you handing your weapons to him or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give him Smasher and Little Choppy.
And I cast, just as he's leaving, I cast Prestidigitation on Travis's hands to give them a terrible odor.
Okay. Oh, my God, he says. What? How did that... Can you control your hand stink? It's almost as if you've just
There's
emitted
a valve
cloud.
on the glove.
Terrific! Is that like a crime fighting tool?
No,
like stinky hand knockout gas, and you shoot it out of your finger.
It's more just like a relationship ender.
Oh, well, not for me, man.
Oh wait! Did you find women who are into this? Is there a chat room I can join?
No, I'm just saying I'm feeling you as a buddy, as a friend. Anyway, your weapons will be waiting for you when we reach Neverwinter. Until then, maybe keep the valve closed because not everyone likes getting high on your own supply.
Got it.
And he walks into the engine compartment, and the door slams closed, and you hear a heavy clunk. And that's it for the engineer character. What did you guys think of him? Scale of 1 to 10.
I thought he had good motivation. I thought his character development was good.
So walking through the passenger car, you only see 3 other passengers on this ride. And they're not sitting together. They don't seem to know each other. They're not conversing. They're all just sort of doing their own little things. One of them is a stout dwarven woman with the largest muscles you've ever seen on a living person. She looks kind of...
Magnus is in the room.
Well, yeah. Deal with it.
Oh, no.
She looks... she's kind of fidgeting, looking out the window. She just kind of looks a little bit uncomfortable. Sitting about 2 rows behind her and on the other side of the car is a young boy who is wearing a fancy boy suit and a blue fancy boy cap, dressed up very fancily.
Can I roll insight to see how fancy?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
That's a 17. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Yes.
Oh my God! Yeah, make sure to really add this up.
It's a 16. It's a -1. 16.
Oh, a -1, then you die. God, Travis, if only in trying to discern his fanciness, your nose just starts bleeding and you fall over. And,
fancied to death.
Yeah, no, he's fresh to death. He looks very fancy, like a schoolboy, but fancy. And he's reading a book like a schoolboy would do, and he's a fancy young man. And then sitting a couple of rows behind him is a round young human man with a great big bushy beard, and he's wearing some sort of trashy wizard's robes. They're not as
like you mean bad or you mean like trashy sexy? Some mesh.
It's both, actually. It's
sleeve.
You can
no,
see
it's
the electric tape over his nipples.
no, it's. I mean, it covers all of his essential oils, but it does say juicy on the back of the room, where his butt would be.
Are we on a train to Jersey?
Yes, Neverwinter is in New Jersey. Not a lot of people know that. This is like an Alt-America, sort of like Dark Tower. I should have pointed out. So, no, that's not true. Please don't buy into that at all. Yeah, and that is the passenger car as you continue walking back to, set down your personal effects in your sleeper car. As you pass through the chamber connecting the two cars, you open up the door to the sleeper car, and another elf is there. Another fairly tall elven man is there, wearing the garb, wearing the uniform for the Rockport Limited. He is also wearing a sort of Technicolor bow tie. That's like prismatic and shifting in hues. And he looks down at you, and he comes up with a voice for himself very quickly. Hello. Oh, new passengers. I haven't met you. Welcome. What is this?
I instantly regret this voice.
Hello. Welcome. There it is.
Sounds like Vincent Price.
I found it. Hello. Welcome to the trade.
I'm Mike Myers as Lord Michael's having a stroke.
I'm doing my best. Welcome to the trade. Are you making fun of my voice?
Getting fatter before our eyes. Who dumped a bucket of water on this guy?
How could I be sad? I've got new passengers to welcome to the. God damn it! Can I talk? Welcome to the train. My name is Jenkins. Can I help you find your seats or where to put your luggage? Man, I don't know.
I like your tie, Jenkins. Tell me about it.
But this is my flair. We all get to wear one piece of flair on Tuesdays.
What does it do?
What's it do? What's the thing?
Tell me all about it, stud.
It looks amazing.
Well, yes.
It doesn't possess any curative properties or what. Who are you?
Does it spin?
Stop.
I want to unfold this bow tie thing.
Wait, stop. Let's start over. Hello, I'm Jenkins. I'm the wizard attendant on the Rockport Limited. I will help you with your bags.
I reach out slowly to touch his bow tie.
Okay, you can touch it, I guess. A light surface.
You can keep going.
A light surface level touch would be preferred.
I really get in there.
Are you an attendant who's a wizard, or are you an attendant for a wizard?
I am a wizard who attends to your needs on the train. You let me know if you have any questions. I can take your bags, and I have a few other luxury services I can provide. My voice is shot from this weekend, and it's really we have to record.
No one made you do this voice, Griffin.
This needs to. I'm just saying we need to do a series wrap on Jenkins in this episode because I don't think I'm going to be able to do him next week.
I killed Jenkins.
Thank you. I have a few other luxury services I can provide to you. I can take you into one of our pleasure rooms.
I'm cool.
No, thank you.
It's not, gentlemen, it's not nearly as salacious as I made it sound. It's just when I say things with my voice, it always sounds like I'm talking about slow sex.
Hey, Jenkins, I just noticed. I think your bow tie is too tight. I loosen it slightly. Does that help?
Oh, my God. Thank you, guys. A witch kissed me, and it cursed my...
Oh,
no, that's a joke.
Can we level up for that? That was great.
I feel very comfortable with this voice now. Yes.
Now it's like an old pair of shoes.
He helps you all load your luggage into your sleeper car. There's a triple bunk bed. It's basically like a big old Neapolitan ice cream sandwich of dudes, and you feel like the smell in there is going to get pretty fast. It's not a very big car. But he helps you load up and starts to show you around the train. So he says, this is the sleeper car. Well, hold on. Sorry, I hit my R very hard there. So, this, of course, is the sleeper car. You can rest in here. The trip will take about 3 hours once the train departs, which it should any minute. So, you won't need a full night's sleep. But if you're feeling nappy, this is a place where historically people sleep.
Jenkins, can I ask you a question?
I'm not finished.
Okay.
What you're going to want to do is place the pillow underneath your head.
We know how to go to sleep.
Okay, just checking. I'm here to serve, to attend to your every need. You're all set on blankets.
Yeah,
we actually need extra pillows. I sleep with a pillow between my knees and between my elbows and behind my head and under my feet. If I could
so we're gonna do this now, huh? We're gonna air this out
prescribe to the
now.
Griffin McElroy sleeping method.
I need to build myself a fucking exosuit of pillows, and I'm not proud of it. Like I am embarrassed about it, and it makes trips with my family a living hell.
Yeah, a pillowy hell.
You go into a room you're sharing with Griffin, then you look for a pillow. There's just none there. He's absorbed them all.
Yeah, I need them for strength and energy. Jenkins says, now, of course, the car that you passed through coming in was the passenger car, and that is a car that is great for sitting.
Now, Jenkins,
Thank you, Captain Obvious.
I saw a dwarven woman in there, and I swear I recognized her, but I can't remember her name, and I don't want that awkward moment. You know what I mean? Do you have any information on her?
I'm not supposed to share privileged information regarding the identity of...
Give him a bribe.
We run a very discreet travel service.
Jenkins.
Jenkins.
Come on.
Jenkins.
Remember the thing with the tie?
Remember?
When you touched my tie, despite my request that you did not, I
freed you,
and it helped you out and felt good.
that is
instrument of yours.
Jinky.
okay, but you didn't hear this from me.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of Jess the Beheader?
Oh. Uh-huh.
A WWE, right?
She is a famous Mid-World Wrestling Federation star. Of course, I don't know why they call it wrestling because it is a blood sport. There's not much grappling as much there is, deadly melee. But
you wrestle with your conscience after you kill somebody.
Yes, and she has a very particular way of dispatching her foes.
Is it possibly
What's that?
she unheads them?
She cuts their butt off.
Yes. Well,
Did I get it, Jenkins?
yes, you got it. 10.
Just between us wizards.
100 trivia points to you, my good sir.
You get a free round of shots in the bar car.
I don't know what brings her on the train. I do know that I did have to carry her axe into the back car, and boy howdy, did that thing weigh a metric ton. But I don't mean to complain. I'm happy to do the work.
It's not where I thought I'd end up in life, but, you know, life's a continuing, evolving adventure.
I love life on the rails. You meet a lot of interesting people.
Did you carry the axe back there?
Yes.
Kind of a shitty wizard.
I'm sorry, sir.
Nothing.
No, no.
This is second level stuff, Jenkins.
No, come on. Let's have a wizard chat. And I'd like to hear.
You should get out there and level up.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do? Burn one of my daily slots on making an axe levitate?
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize life on the trails was so demanding. You had to have pyrotechnics at your fingertips 24/7.
Or you could just do what I do, which is have unlimited spell slots and use every spell in the book.
Oh, I've heard of. I've heard of you.
From every discipline.
You are of the god kind. He says, now behind the sleepy car, sometimes I call it the sleepy car. Behind the sleepy car is our dining car. You can go there for...
Peace.
Okay.
Magnus leaves.
Well, we can walk with you. We can do like a walk. Nope, you're just going by...
Yep, he's gone.
Well, to you two.
Now, Griffin, I need you to describe both scenes simultaneously.
I won't do that. I'm very, very tired.
I pop back into the sleeping car. You guys, the craziest thing just happened in there.
Oh, God. Travis is taking control.
Magnus has turned into Kramer.
It was ridiculous. They just handed me 2,000 gold when I walked in.
Behind the sleeper car is the dining car. You can go there for one free complimentary meal of your choice. I'm also the chef on this trade, so I'll make sure now that I can put a name to a face, I'll make sure to bake a lot of love into whatever you order.
You saving your spells for that?
What are you eating?
And then he eats a carrot in his face. That's Taco's mic drop.
I'm eating hardtack. Life's hard on the road.
The only time that you're allowed to eat food while we're recording this podcast is if it's fully work for actual in-game eating. So I'm just assuming that Taco's like having a party right now on some baby carrots.
He's eating some hardtack.
What is hardtack?
You know, like Johnny Cakes.
You know.
No, that's not hardtack.
It
You know,
is
hardtack, like
sea biscuits.
really hard bread that they had during the Civil War. Surprised you didn't read up on this before we recorded.
And then they used
told you I
it
was
to
gonna
put
do a
stuff up
whole
on the wall.
You're gonna have Justin's gonna go on another hardtack run.
You got to edit this one out too, Griffin.
And then behind that is, of course, the cargo car. You should have been walked through our security protocols at the station. Wait, what am I doing? What's this fucking voice?
You've gone into Mr. Belvedere.
And then, of course, behind... What was it?
It's a moving target.
Price.
And then, of course, behind...
A little droopy dog.
Behind the...
I'm sad.
One behind...
Jenkins. That's how you sound.
And, of course...
Back there's the cargo car.
I'm sort of the Mel Blanc of the trade. I keep everybody in stitches with all these different characters. Which one's the real me? You'll never know.
The three of you are being very cruel to me.
I'm sad now.
You're making me very, very unhappy.
I live to serve the people on this train, and I've never been treated like this in my life.
Smoking.
This is not out of character laughing. This whole time, everything you've done in the past 2 minutes has been to this man's face. You're just standing. Oh. Do you even want the rest of the tour?
Yeah.
Jenkins. I hug
This
him.
has all been in character. Are you telling me that this person, Jenkins, was having this, like, incredible mental breakdown where he couldn't remember what his own voice sounded like?
It was a very metaphysical moment for... Who am
Psychotic
I?
incident.
There's this fame. I need to know that Jenkins was having this breakdown right in front of us. What is... No, that's not it. It's up here.
Who am I? What am Jenkins? I hold Jenkins.
No. I'm a big brave boy.
You're my big brave boy, Jenkins.
I can stand up to the slings and arrows that you fling at me. I would just like to finish the tour and get back to work, please.
Jenkins, we're just trying to make you strong, brother.
Behind the dining car is the cargo car. I'm done. Have a good day. Let me know if you need anything, but don't expect a quick response. Of course, it will be a quick response. I'm sorry. I can't.
How do we summon you? How do we summon you, Jenkins?
Well, the train has 4 goddamn cars, so just open all the doors and
So
yell.
is it like a magic word or like a whistle? Is there a bell somewhere?
Yes, a witch kissed me and cursed me so that anytime anybody yells a secret word, I have to attend to their every need, and that word is my fucking name, Jenkins.
Got it.
Jenkins, would you open the window, please?
Careful, don't burn a spell on it.
Yes, here. He opens the window. Is that good?
Perfect.
Griffin,
You feel the train...
Just Griffin, out of character. This is a great time to come up with a Jenkins catchphrase. I feel like he's going to be a fan favorite. Maybe like as he leaves, have him say something like sassy.
Sure.
How about this? What do you think about this one? Dynamite.
Yeah.
I like that
Okay,
one.
so that's the one I'm going to use, definitely. The train lurches and starts to move forward, and Jenkins looks out the window he just opened and says, there's a man standing in front of the train, which is peculiar. If you'll excuse me, I will need to go and handle that situation. Excuse me.
Call him Tom. Call him Tom.
Sorry, how do you know it's Tom Bodette out there?
Yes.
It's
Stab in
always
the dark.
Tom Bodette.
Do you think this is spell slot worthy? Or?
Okay, I'm out. What was it?
Dynamite.
Sayonara. No, that's what sucks.
You'll get it. You'll find it.
He says, he turns to you and closes the door, but then he cracks it back open and pokes his face in, and he says, smell you later.
And a T-shirt is born.
Hey everybody, this is Griffin McElroy, your Dungeon Master. Thank you all very much for listening to episode 12 of The Adventure Zone. Sorry that it is late. We got a little bit sidetracked when we were doing our live show. We only had a very small window in which we could record new episodes of The Adventure Zone, and we missed it. We goofed it. We done fucked up. So sorry about that. We're going to have another episode next week to make up for the week that we missed, and then we're going to get back to our usual lackadaisical every other week schedule. This week, The Adventure Zone is sponsored by NatureBox, a service you're probably familiar with if you listen to My Brother, and Me, and no other podcasts. We are the only other podcast that NatureBox does advertisements for. That's not true at all. NatureBox is a provider of snacks that are both good and good for you. They have 0 artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners, 0 grams trans fats, and no high fructose corn syrup. You can grab some tasty, tasty snacks like jalapeno white cheddar popcorn, pistachio power clusters, or Big Island pineapple. I'm a big fan of the dark cocoa nom noms. They're like little no-bake morsels of sin, but they're not sinful because remember, these are the kind of nom noms that Jesus would eat. Probably. If you go to naturebox.com/adventure, you can get a...
Can talk to those guys.
Okay, you go into this break go on any longer. Here's the rest of the episode. Thank you and enjoy.
Anybody tired?
I could take a short rest.
Let's take a short rest.
Okay, you take a 15-minute power nap.
Like a
as
pizziz.
you take a pizziz right there as the train departs from Rockport Station. And as it departs, it has started to begin its journey through the Teeth, the mountain range that connects the two major land masses.
Next will be the tongue,
traveling
and
up.
then the throat.
Here it comes.
And then
And
through
these are the enunciators.
and then through the gully works.
Let's head into the car so we can talk to those guys.
Okay, you go into the passenger car, and nobody's actually there right now. You hear the sound. You hear somebody from the car behind you, from the dining car. You hear a voice going like, "Oh wow, oh man."
Oh, we run in there. I want to know what it is.
Let's go into the dining car.
You go into the dining car where you hear these exclamations. The dining car is the fanciest car on the train. There are a couple of crystal chandeliers hanging from the ceiling over 8 or 9, 5-seat tables that are all very intricately set with crimson tablecloths and gold cutlery on them. There are large windows overlooking the nothing. You're going through a mountain, but there are actually some either magical or just sort of bioluminescent lights that you will pass by every few seconds or so, just to let you know that you are making progress. So somehow they've set up some interior lighting inside of this train route. In this car, you don't see Jess, the beheader, but you do see the fancy boy. He's sitting at a table in the corner, still reading his book, just sort of surveying the scene. And you see on one of the walls on the far side of the room is almost like a little booth, almost like a confessional chamber that has its door open. And you see Jenkins standing outside of it, seems to be like channeling some sort of spell onto the chamber, and then emerging from the chamber is the Juicy Wizard, who says, "Man, that was amazing. I've never felt so relaxed in my whole life." And Jenkins says, "I'm glad that you enjoyed that. I live to serve." And he's still
Seaman, Griffin. I just realized
that's what it was. It was Seaman. He's his eyes are still kind of red, and the guy, the hedge wizard, asks, "Hey, man, are you all right? You seem like you're upset." And Jenkins says, "No, I don't want to talk about it."
I met these three jerks.
Oh,
what up, dog?
That's them. Yeah. Hello. How was your nap? Is everything good?
I had a good nappy.
That's great to hear. Maybe you were being very fussy before because you
I was a
hadn't had
fussy baby. Am I right, Jenkins?
So just a real quick. First of all, do you need anything? But before that, do you have maybe anything you want to tell me?
Still dig the bow tie.
Jenkins, I'm really sorry about threatening Tom Bodette earlier.
Yeah, I feel
When we're
pretty
back
bad
in the
about
village, I just
Is
want to
he
say I'm
okay?
sorry. Is he doing all right, do you think?
Are you speaking about the Tom Bodette who tried to kill himself in front of our train?
Hey, Jenkins.
Yes.
Great choo-choo, by the way. Quick question. You mentioned the pleasure room, and we got a little weird about it, but now that I'm more relaxed and sort of comfortable in my own sexual truth right now, could you talk to me
I just want to chase my bliss.
I'm just trying to chase my bliss. Can you tell me about the pleasure room?
He says, well, you're looking at it. It's not this train car. We don't.
You just opened your shirt. I don't understand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I had an itch on my tummy. Let me get that. And got it. Okay. Buttoning back up now, slowly. And we are fully dressed. This is the pleasure chamber. It is not a sex thing. Maybe it can be. It is actually a type of magic I specialize in called a port. And I can make it so that when you enter this chamber, you can be in any room, anywhere in the world that you want to be. Just a quick getaway while we're traveling through this rather bleak mountain environment.
I lay my hand on Jenkins' shoulder and say, "There's nowhere I'd rather be than here, my man." And I squeeze gently.
So you don't want to trip in the pleasure chamber?
No, I do.
But you literally just said that you'd rather
Listen,
not be.
Jenkins, we all said some stuff.
Listen, how does it work? Do we tell you where we want to go?
You tell me where you want to go. There are some restrictions. It's a kind of teleportation, but you can only open up a pleasure room to a room that only has one entrance and exit, and that is what you step through this port. You
Is
can't
it an
leave.
illusion?
It is a type of teleportation, but it is a very limited type. You can't take anything from the room. Anything, if you leave something behind, it will be destroyed. So don't do that. Make sure you have your belongings
where
with
did
you.
Juicy go?
He went to one of our special luxury pleasure rooms we have prefabricated. It recreates the beaches off the Sword Coast. You know the ones.
Oh yeah,
Right.
where the palm trees sway and
yeah.
the beach babies are there. They are extant.
Riddler's there.
He wanted a tropical getaway, and so we hooked him up with our tropical getaway room. But you don't have to use one of our prefabricated rooms if you can think of any room in the world that you want to be in. Take your pick. And sorry,
Can we say like we want to go visit somebody, but we don't know what room they're in? It's got to be a specific room.
You got to tell me the room. Unfortunately, you can't just say I want to be in a bank vault. Not that it would matter because you couldn't take the money anyway. But
Could you recreate our sleeping car?
I guess so. That would be kind of crazy. I'm not creating anything. You're actually going to these rooms.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'd like to try it out. I
Yeah,
have a
please.
room I'd like to go to.
Oh, what
Can
do you?
I go? I'm still trying to do the Scottish thing.
Kind of.
All right.
No,
I
and
want
I'm
to
not
go.
complaining. I'm just like, pick one.
If you could do that voice, I'm going to have him import you to the pleasure room in the inky blackness of space.
All right. I'd like to go to the. I'd like.
What
to
happened to your accent?
Do I have to? You told me to stop doing it. Damn it!
No, Justin told you to stop doing
Oh,
it.
right.
Taco's a fan.
All right. Here's what I want to do.
I
want
thought
to go.
I
to
thought
the,
your name was Justin.
I'd like to go to the room where our my package is. I went to see my package.
Are you talking about the cargo car, which is
Yes.
literally, and he points to the left, through this door right here? You want to use my incredible teleportation magic to go into the room that is adjacent to the room we're currently in.
No.
And also, you can't.
Now, when you put it that way, no.
Yeah, when
I'd
I
like
put
to
it
go-
anyway. No.
Here, all right. I want to go to the engineer's room. I want to go where
That's
he is
not-
behind a locked door that I can't go through.
I preferred the other voice.
This is a little Scrooge McDucky, isn't it?
Where's Flintlock Gold or whatever the fuck his name is?
It was Flintlock Glomgold. Trav, you got it. Unfortunately, no, I won't do that. Like, it's like a security protocol for the train. Like,
You
what?
said anywhere.
Any room in the world, any luxurious a day spa, a
You know
botanical
what,
garden,
Jink?
a green. Yes.
Jinko,
Yes.
I'm going to take you up on that later, dog. For right now, I'm going to get my grub on.
Okay, if you say so. But if you change your mind, can I entice either of the two of you?
I don't want to waste it.
Yeah, I don't feel like we're grounded enough yet.
Let us have a
to sort of know
little
what we're doing
nosh,
here.
and then we'll get back to you.
Okay.
I go sit next to the fancy lad.
Okay. Are the other two following suit?
Yes, I want to walk up to the fancy lad, and I want to say to him, "You're a fancy lad." I pull out my Extreme Teen Bible. You know, being fancy is good, but sometimes it's better to be pansy and not just fancy. Let me read to you about Pan from my Extreme Teen Bible. What do you say?
Hello, sir. Thank you for the evangelism, but I'm affiliated already, and I appreciate it. And my dad says that I'm not allowed to talk to people who worship pagan gods.
Well, that's fine, I guess. But you know, if you're going to stay closed-minded and you're not going to be open to new ideas, you're not going to grow up to be a very well-rounded young man.
Okay, sir. I apologize if I was being rude before. Please tell me the good news.
Well, I tell you what, let me leave you this Pan Chick track, and you read it.
Oh,
It's all
great.
yeah.
Reading's my favorite, he says.
I noticed that you were reading the book, so you read this tract. It's by this man named Chick, and it's all about Pan's tiny shoes, and it will lead you to make the right decision.
Thank you very
There's
much.
been some solid Dungeons and Dragons thing.
Yes. What is
Really
your
moving
name?
the story forward.
I'm brother Lehman. Just call me Brother Lehman.
Brother Lehman. Hello, my name is Angus. I'm a little boy. I'm going to visit my grandpa in Neverwinter. Have you been to Neverwinter before?
I nudged Taco. He's the bad guy.
Okay.
That's definitely the bad. That's definitely the
Excuse-
bad guy.
Excuse me, sirs. My grandpa says it's rude to whisper, especially on a train.
My name's
We had to
Angus.
say dirty words, Angus. Dirty
Hi,
words that you
Angus.
can't hear. Adult words.
My grandpa says swears are
Hi,
not
Angus, where are you from?
me. I'm not allowed to say.
Are you from Fandolin?
No. Where is that?
Good.
I've never even
Doesn't
heard of
matter.
Fandolin.
And you never
that's
will.
And you never will.
I like to read my books because it's like I get to go on a journey in my mind.
Taco. It's definitely
What are your names?
What little kid likes reading? It's him.
Sirs, what are your names?
Well,
I already heard
like
your
I
name,
said-
sir. Thank
Oh,
you for
right,
telling me
sorry.
it.
I'm Diddley.
I'm Justin.
Diddley and Justin, those are two fabulous names. My name's Angus.
What's your last name, Angus?
McDonald.
Angus McDonald, you say?
Angus, do you like magic tricks?
I do. I like them very much. My grandpa said he would take me to one in Neverwinter. He would
What's
take
your
me.
grandpa's name?
My grandpa told me. He said, "I'm going to take you to a magic trick." It didn't make a lot of
Angus,
sense.
are you off put by three grown men standing over you asking you a bunch of questions?
No, I was hoping I would meet people and make friends on the train.
Even though you're not allowed to talk to them? That's pretty interesting.
Well, strangers aren't strangers anymore once you've talked to them and learned their names.
Do you want to go in the pleasure room with me?
I already went to the pleasure room. I went to my dad's library. Did I say my dad? I meant my grandpa.
What's your grandpa's name?
My grandpa forgot his name. He's very old.
Wait, but you also forgot it? You never knew it, Angus?
The memory of my grandpa's name died long before I was born.
It's a word not spoken since the birth of dragons.
He prefers grandpa. I call him grandpa because he's my grandpa. I love him.
This is definitely a setup. He's the bad guy.
Well, let me show you my magic trick.
Just let it ride.
Let me show you this magic trick, all right?
Okay, sir.
It's called Zone of Truth. And when I cast Zone of Truth, well, you'll just have to see how cool it is.
No, wait.
Okay.
Merle casts Zone of Truth.
my brain feels like it's tingling. I feel like I'm sneezing, but long, like a long sneeze.
That's the magic.
Is it? Oh, it's not a. Okay.
Great.
I get a chance to roll and resist this, right?
Yes, you do. You get to throw a charisma saving roll.
Okay.
And Clinton, remind me, does this affect all of us in the zone?
No, it's just whoever I target it.
Oh, thank Jesus.
I don't think that's true.
I don't actually think that's accurate either.
I think the zone of truth is a zone. Otherwise, it would just be called Truth Beam, and you would hit him. He rolled a 24.
What?
What?
Now that's
didn't-
too low. We were looking for 25.
Hey, the tingles went away. That was a weird trick.
Well, you're growing up.
Can I have a little side chat? If this fool just rolled a 24, he is a really fucking bad guy. That's like
He's a
some
bad
serious
guy.
shit.
That's racist.
What?
You can't hear this.
us.
We're whispering.
Right.
This is clearly out of character.
No, and this is out of character too. I'm telling you, you're being racist right now. Just because somebody rolls good, that makes them evil? It's a
rolling
luck-based-
good a race, Griffin?
It's a luck-based
I've
mechanism.
seen the dice.
How can you roll a 20-sided dice and get a 24?
He had a lot of charisma. He's a charismatic young man.
He's in the Boy Scouts of America. He volunteers at his local soup kitchen. He's a great kid. He's definitely the
Magnus,
bad
kill
guy.
him.
Well,
Kill him.
Hold on.
Well,
He's
don't-
still a kid.
He's a little boy.
No.
We're not going to kill a little boy.
Pardon me,
Listen.
sirs, do you have any fruit leather? I just plumb ran out.
All right, Angus. We're going to go talk to Juicy Wizard.
Okay, I had a good chat with you, and I liked
Okay, we're done.
Okay, sirs. Well, thank you very much.
Angus, take the hint.
Okay, bye. Thanks for the company. Bye.
Yeah.
As you turn to walk away from him, you swear that you see the color of his eyes just turn blood red. And no, I'm fucking with you. That's not true. You're going to talk to Juicy Wizard? Mm-hmm. Okay, Juicy Wizard is sort of running his hands over the pleasure room chamber, like just sort of eyeballing it, like studying it almost. He's like, wow, this thing's amazing. Don't you guys love being on this train? This train's the best.
It's pretty dope.
Sorry, what are your names? I feel rude because I talked about how much I love this train before I introduced myself and before you had a chance to introduce yourselves.
Oh, my name is Diddley.
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 Is that short for something?
Bo Diddley.
Wouldn't Bo be a much easier way to truncate that particular moniker?
Way less fun. Am I right, my man?
You are so right. My
High
name's
five.
Okay, let's get that out there. Now, I can tell you that my name is Graham. It's not as fun. I still sound like the boy that you were just talking to.
You have a youthful energy about you.
Yeah. A very Angus-like vibe.
What are your guys' names?
I'm Lehman Kessler.
Hi, Lehman.
Hi, Graham.
Justin.
I can't help but notice your garb, your robe, and your hat. Are you perchance a wizard too?
Yeah, man. Don't you recognize?
Totally.
Don't you recognize me from TV?
Oh my God! Is it really you?
Justin is a stage name. No, wait, strike that. Taco. How old are you, Graham?
Me?
Yep.
Oh, I'm me? Oh, my age?
Yeah.
Me? I'm trying to me? My age? I'm not a little boy.
He's aging before our very eyes.
Hey, okay, pipe down,
36 years young.
Pipe down, Benjamin, but let me lay it out for you. I'm Taco, the wizard from TV. Yes, it's great to meet you too. But on the train, when I'm in private life, I go by my real name, Justin Lehman.
Oh, that's not that weird to have a train name. A name that you use only on trains.
Yeah,
can I tell you something?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something?
Please.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah, go nuts, my man.
Graham is my train name.
Do you have another real name?
Yeah.
What is it?
Percy.
Good choice with Graham.
Yeah, Graham is way better.
It just feels like a thing that you would say on a train.
Absolutely, it does. It feels like a train name.
Check this out. All aboard, Percy. It just doesn't work, does it? Anyway,
doesn't work.
Graham's my name.
Graham, what's your school of magic, my man?
I'm undeclared. Working on it. It's just
that's fine. I remember that age.
I moved down one ladder, and it's like, yeah, evocation's pretty great, but I'd love to turn that apple into something else. See, I lack creativity, and that hinders me.
That's a hindrance, right? But you'll find it. Don't beat yourself up.
Will I?
He is 36.
What I really want to do, he says, is I would love to work on a train. It's been my dream my whole life is to work on a train, whatever role they need me on, just to live life on the rails. It's just it's just always appealing. This train is amazing. They have a pleasure chamber.
Just to go grab a mop, my man. Grab life by the horns.
What do you just like start mopping and just
start
see
mopping?
and see what happens?
Sure.
Is that the secret?
Either that or be a hobo.
YOLO.
I could be a yobo.
A YOLO hobo.
I would have a hard time finding a place where I could squat on this particular train. But
No, just go in the bathroom.
Gross. What a very gross thing. Yeah. It's uncomfortable because I just applied to be on this train and I didn't get accepted. And so I just sort of came on to shadow Jenkins just to see what I could learn, see what I could
lean
pick
over to
up.
Taco. Motive. That's motive.
You're a worse wizard than Jenkins. I said that loud enough so that Jenkins could hear.
Why would you do that?
Oh, I didn't want you to have to waste a spell slot trying to read my mind.
He says,
You know how precious they are.
I feel like this conversation's starting to take a turn for the worse, so I'm going to head out. Not leave, because the train's going through a mountain, and I would die. But you get the picture. It was great to meet you guys. And he walks just not very far away from you. He walks like 8 feet away from you and sits down at a table by himself. It was very clear he didn't have any pressing engagement that he needed to get to. I think he preferred not your company at that point.
We are really making friends on this train.
Influencing people.
Just want to take another minute here at the end of the show to thank NatureBox for supporting us this week. Go to naturebox.com and you can order hundreds of great tasting, healthy snacks. If you go to naturebox.com/adventure, you can sign up for a free sampler box of great tasting, healthy snacks. Get those nom-noms. See you next week.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.
Hey everyone, we're the Flophouse, one of the newest additions to the Maximum Fun podcasting network. I'm Dan McCoy.
I'm Stuart Wellington.
And I'm Elliot Kalin. What is the Flophouse, you may very well ask?
We watch a bad movie and then we talk about it.
A bad movie podcast? Isn't that like every fifth podcast on the internet?
I'd answer that by saying, 1, we've been doing this show for over 7 years, long before the entire premise of our show was a cliche, and 2, shut up.
Sick burn.
I'd say that our show is more of a comedy podcast. A podcast about words that sound like other words. A podcast about me singing long, irritating songs like this one. A podcast about pitches for a Ziggy comic book movie. Or discussions about sex tarps.
Yeah, I mean, mostly it's a show about 3 friends just...
Previously on the Adventure Zone. My name is Hudson. I'm the engineer of this train. Walking through the passenger car, you only see 3 other passengers. Hello, I'm Jenkins. I'm the wizard attendant on the Rockport Limited.
I saw a dwarven woman in there, and I swear I recognized her, but I can't remember her name.
Have you ever heard of Jess the Beheader?
Oh.
This is the pleasure chamber. It is not a sex thing. Maybe it can be. I can make it so that when you enter this chamber, you can be in any room, anywhere in the world that you want to be. Hello, my name is Angus. I'm a little boy. I'm going to visit my grandpa in Neverwinter. I can tell you that my name is Graham. It's not as fun. I still sound like the boy that you were just talking to.
Yes, Graham. You have a youthful energy about you.
This week, someone reaches their final destination, heaven. All aboard the Adventure Zone!
The 3 of you have just been served a scrumptious brunch service by a very reluctant Jenkins.
I'm still enjoying my pea pods.
Was it a savory brunch or like a sweet brunch? Are we looking at like...
I think Justin has just decided what it is based on his Earth World Foley work. Is that some edamame?
We're having some pea pods. And what's that? Oh, yeah. I filled my pockets with croutons.
Oh, man.
Okay,
nice
so-
brunch croutons. Waffle croutons.
Just to check in on my real Earth brother's health and well-being, Daddy,
Yes.
you're in the same room as the J-Man. Is he just eating croutons out of a bag right now?
No, he's got them on a plate. He's got a plate full of delicious croutons, and looks like he's got one of those little mutant teeny tiny carrots and a couple of pea pods. So that the 2 pea pods and the 2 carrots will completely cancel out the 6 pounds of croutons that he ate.
Okay,
Excellent.
But Diet Dr. Pepper.
Hey, then that helps. We'll check back with the judges on cookie point allocation after the recording of this episode of the podcast that we do.
All right.
But in the game world, you've just enjoyed a delicious brunch that Jenkins reluctantly served you. You've been on the train now for about an hour and a half. Jenkins checks back in on you and asks, have you given any more thought to... I can't do it as good this week. My throat's not as ragged. Have you given any more thought to a pleasure chamber you might want to visit? I can take you to one of my own personal favorites. I can take you to a beautiful day spa where you'll be covered in the richest yogurt and... Well, you won't be massaged because nobody else will be there, but it's like a yogurt dip.
Jenkins?
Yes.
Could I visit your mom's house?
If you could visit a room, and
in my mother's-
Again.
You can visit. Oh, I see. Is this an actual request or just one of your
Nah,
patented
Jenkins,
birds?
nah, we cool.
Jenkins, I have a request. Send me to your most popular pleasure room.
Oh, I can do that for you. He removes from his pocket, I guess, from within his robe, we'll say, he withdraws a small rod, a small cylinder. God damn it!
Tell me about the small rod he pulls out of his robes.
It's cylindrical and made of. It's just.
Does he seem proud of it, or like he's embarrassed to pull it out?
He whips it out, and it's basically just like a very plain looking silvery rod. I don't know what to call it.
When he turns back to me, I've dropped my robes.
Okay.
I'm wearing underwear.
Okay.
I want to be ready for anything.
Well, that will not be necessary.
Spell me like one of your French girls.
I put my robes back on, get a little bit sheepish about the whole thing.
Yeah, like you're on a train. There's other people around. He takes this rod.
You're welcome.
He points it at the door frame and sort of traces the outline of the door frame of this very, very shallow closet that's like built into the wall of the dining car. And then he opens up the door, and it opens up to a greenhouse full of lush plants and rich clusters of berries and just sort of these explosions of beautiful flora. It's the most gorgeous collection of plants that any of you have ever seen. I don't know if this is any of your jams. Maybe Merle, with your proclivity towards the natural world.
Yeah.
You're particularly moved by. I don't want to put feelings in your heart or words in your mouth. But
Magnus yawns demurely behind his hand.
Okay. Is this not? I thought that it might be good.
No, sorry. It's been a long day. It's not. This is a great pleasure room.
Are they going to, or is this just a solo mish?
Anybody can go in if you want.
Going.
I'm going to stay out here and continue channeling because it's important that I do that, or the three of you will die. So the three of you wander into this beautiful botanical garden. It's very relaxing. There's it's a little disorienting at first, being on like a high-speed train and then being in a stationary sort of room. But you aren't too bothered by that because it smells great in here.
Griff, can you clarify something for me? Not to.
No, please go ahead.
Is the door to the pleasure room just sort of like an ephemeral, like floating portal, or is there like a literal room?
No, it's a door. It's a door frame, and it's not so much the room that's transforming. It's more that the door has opened up a gateway to this world. It's not like it's not like the holodeck. It's like
this is like
portal.
a Stargate situation.
Yeah, kind of.
Or Narnia.
Yeah. There's a clearly defined on your side of the door in the botanical garden. You see the same door frame from the train that is now behind you, and through it you can see the dining car. You can see Jenkins holding his rod and pointing it at the door and saying, "Enjoy yourselves. Please don't take too long. And remember, don't leave anything behind, and you cannot take anything with you.
Except memories."
Well, the memories, yes, will be obliterated. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, Jenkins.
Nothing could destroy memories.
And let's leave the door open, shall we?
Well, yes, it would have to be.
Yes.
Can I make an Arcana check to see what I can tell about the magic of this portal?
Yeah, sure.
Do I need dice for that,
or just ask?
Right.
Historically, yeah.
21.
21. This magic that he is using is... Let me check. I don't know what it would actually be.
It says here, super cool. It's super cool, according to the manual.
This is not illusion magic. It's not. He has not created a fake version of this botanical garden. This is conjuration magic, which is the school of magic that teleportation magic belongs to. So this is honest to God teleportation, but a very limited form of it.
Okay.
It's incredibly difficult for wizards to teleport proper, right? To actually go from one place to the other and just be there. This is a sort of limited, easier to use version of teleportation where you cannot sort of permanently displace yourself from one point to the other, and that is why there are those limitations.
And if teleportation magic is hard for wizards to use, it must be impossible for Jenkins's.
Bing.
You got me.
Okay.
I just said that apropos of nothing. Jenkins was like, I'm insane.
And very, very rude.
I walk around, I check it out, I see what there is to see. Nice. It's very nice, very pleasant.
Thank you. I tend to it myself. This is a real garden in Rockport. I tend to myself to help me exercise my demons.
Is there anywhere in particular Jenkins would like me to use the bathroom? Is there a bathroom corner?
There's a.
Or is it just ladies' choice?
Come back through, and there's a bathroom on the train.
I pee in the corner.
Great.
Sort of marking your territory.
No, this isn't in a weird way. This is just like I'm communing with nature, and I feel very present in the moment.
Joke's on you, though. When you step back through the portal, your piss will disappear.
It always does, Jenkins. I've been cursed.
Did a witch kiss you?
It did.
Give you evaporating piss.
It was actually, it's not a bad curse as it goes.
No, I would say it's actually very good.
It's very pleasant. But the fear is that one day all the piss will return at once.
Oh,
Okay.
no, like that scene in The Shining with the elevator. What?
How is it still happening? I just want to come into the room and continue the adventure, please. We have a work to do.
You enjoy the floral pleasure chamber for a little while, and then return back to the dining car. Jenkins retreats towards the front of the car to continue his stewardly business. And the only people in the car now are the three of you and Angus MacDonald, the fancy lad from before, who closes his book, sets it down on the table, and says, "Hello, sirs. How was your trip?"
Don't trust him.
Okay. Pretty good, Angus. We had a good time. We sure missed you, though.
I missed you, too. Hey, I forgot to ask. What are y'all going to Neverwinter for?
Business.
Visit relatives.
Oh, you also have relatives? I wonder if my grandpa knows your relatives. What relatives live there?
The distant ones.
Well, in terms of, like, your familial relationship, or are we talking about geographical?
Emotional.
All right. We call him. Here's the thing. We call him our uncle, but it's really just a good friend of of my dad's. So it's not really that kind of connection.
What's his name?
His name is Willard.
And what are your guys' names?
I'm Lehman.
What? Still Diddley.
No, I'm sorry. What are your guys' real names?
Huh?
Excuse? What do you mean, Pumpkin?
Pardonnez-moi.
What are the names that aren't fake that you guys actually have?
I don't trust him.
I really don't trust him now.
I lean over to Taco. Should I kill him?
I cast Detect Magic.
Okay. You cast Detect Magic. What does that do again?
It sounds like a lightsaber.
It sounds like a lightsaber. It makes my book levitate out of the closet and open to the proper page to tell me what Detect Magic does.
Okay.
We're really good at D&D.
Detect Magic. For the duration, you sense the presence of magic within 30 feet of you. If you sense magic in this way, you can use your action to see a faint aura around any visible creature or object in the area that bears magic, and you learn its school of magic, if any.
Nice. Ooh. So has he got an aura?
So you're casting this, I guess, in the 30 feet around you. That would pick up basically everything in this dining car.
Yeah.
His book, which is a sort of a plain blue book without any sort of cover art. It's not The Secret, and if it were, I mean, it is secretive. You cannot tell what the book is, but you do detect traces of magic on it for divination. Divination is the school of magic about learning secrets long forgotten, predicting the future, finding hidden things, and foiling deceptive spells.
Griffin, can I roll to see if I can snatch the book out of his hands and hold it above his head tauntingly?
Absolutely, you can.
Okay. What would
This
I
is
roll?
Dungeons and bullying check, or cyberbullying, because we're doing this on the internet.
So you're casting Nana Nana Boo Boo, right?
Yeah, I rolled a 14 and I have a plus 18 to bullying. So that's 32.
No, it would be probably a sleight of hand check if you're just going to very quickly try and grab this out of his hands. And
I rolled a 16.
Okay, and he will contest that with, gosh, I don't know.
Dexterity, probably?
Yeah, probably dexterity. He's got +4 to dexterity. I rolled a 16. That's a 20.
Damn it.
You try and snatch it out of his hands, and he quickly rips it back, and he says, Don't try that again. Just, I need to know what your guys' names are right now.
I tried again.
Okay.
That time it was an 18.
Okay, that time I rolled a 6, which is a 10. Okay, you snatch it out of his hands and hold it above his head. He says, okay, that's not cool, man. I get it, I'm not as tall as you are.
Laugh condescendingly, Trab.
Okay, I rolled to laugh condescendingly.
You can just do that. That's a free
Success.
action. Okay, well done.
We're just teasing you, little fella. Just having some good sporting with you.
It's a great prank and a really good goof. I need to know what you're...
to Taco.
Okay, so we're doing this now, huh?
It's called Monkey in the Middle.
I know what it's called.
No, I can't read magic.
Okay, I look at it and do an Arcana check on the book.
You already did.
No, I did an Arcana check on the room. I did an Arcana check.
Well, he threw it in where he said the book is from. It's used to detect truth.
Arcana, though, is like what is it? I had my headphones off, ironically looking for the book to tell me what detect magic.
That is fucking delicious. Arcana measures your ability to recall lore about spells, magic items, eldritch symbols, magical traditions, the planes of existence, and the inhabitants of those planes. You using your Arcana, which you're going to roll now before I actually tell you what happens.
That's 22.
Nice. 22. Okay, so yeah, this is a this book has some divination magic built into it. And you actually recognize it as an interceptor book. And what it can do is intercept messages that are transmitted through magical means and then display them in a plain text version of any language of the reader's choosing on the page, on a page of the book.
Does that, stick around?
And actually, it's funny you ask. As you pick it up, the book, and open it up to figure it out, the book sort of magically responds, and you can read the last message that was deciphered, that was intercepted by the book, and it reads, Lehman, Kessler, and Co., not who they say they are, stop. Charm magic spell performed at the station, stop. Hand over to authorities immediately upon arrival in Neverwinter. Stop.
Does the interceptor, as its name would imply, keep the message from getting where it's going? Or is it just sort of like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay.
Angus, where did you get this book?
That's not important. What is important is that the three of you tell me exactly what you're doing on this train and what your real names are.
How about we have the book, so why don't you tell us some stuff and then we'll give you your book back?
Quid pro quo, Mr. Angus. Quid pro quo.
What he said.
How about I'm a little boy who knows that you're lying, and I can yell and yell and yell and get you in lots of trouble.
How about, except for me, we're much bigger than you, and we can thump your gourd.
Okay, wait, hold on.
The only good thing about him knowing you're lying is you don't have to do the voice in front of Angus. You know what? Here, I toss in the book.
Yeah, I'm on board with that.
You seem okay. So what's this skinny kid? My name's Taco. You probably recognize me from TV.
TV hasn't been invented yet, sir.
This is a place out of time. TV might have been invented.
I can explain everything if you come with me in my sleeper car. There might be prying eyes and listening ears.
Yeah, nothing weird about 3 grown men accompanying Angus to his sleeper car. Let's go! no!
Make sure we pass all the paparazzo on the way.
The three of you retreat with Angus to his sleeper car. It actually is a lot nicer than yours, which seems weird. But he sits down on the bed and opens up his book, and he says,
God, he's not a brony, is he?
I'm a mad brony, yo.
We love bronies.
He says, my name is Angus McDonald. That part you already know. I am, and I'm not being braggy, because my grandpa says not to do that, but I am the world's greatest detective, he says.
I roll my eyes.
Okay. I mean, I did detective good enough to see through your horse shit, so I can't be too bad.
Are you saying you're a boy detective?
If you want to be reductive, I have a motto, and that's age ain't no thing. Anyway, I'm the world's greatest detective, and I'm on the trail of a serial killer named the Rockport Slayer. I was hired on by the Rockport City Council. I didn't think those words through. I just sort of said it. I was hired by the Rockport City Council to track down the Rockport Slayer. He's a serial killer who's been giving them no shortage of trouble. He's been in business in Rockport for a few months now. What he does is he targets wealthy individuals and he murders them and he takes their riches. But he never leaves a trace behind him. And so I'm trying to track him down. I explained that, right?
I think that
sense.
We are working towards a similar goal. The three of us, we work for an organization. Let's leave it at that.
What's it called?
I can't tell
Good
you.
detective work requires that you obtain as much information about the case as you possibly can.
I'll tell him what it's called. It's called the... Oh.
You got something in your throat?
Did you get that okay?
Is there some sort of magical charm preventing you from telling me what it actually is?
The thing that's preventing it is the of that we wear on our...
Okay. He looks over your bracers. Oh, I see. Those are some sort of communication implanted bracers, right?
You are good.
Woo! You are. You're real good.
That was right between the eyes. Got him.
He says, I have reason to believe that the serial killer, the Rockport Slayer, is somewhere aboard this train. Because last night he murdered the real Lehman Kessler.
Can I ask you a question, Angus?
Yeah, please.
I saw in the book there was a message. Does your book tell you who a message is sent from, or do you just sort of snatch it out of thin air?
According to this, it was sent through a magical line down the rails by a Tom Bodette.
I knew killing him was...
We should have killed Tom Bodette.
I knew it!
To explain, when the charm person spell wears off, the person who is charmed knows that you cast a charm person spell on him.
Oh, wow.
If memory serves, we didn't even need to cast it. We just did it for shits and giggles.
So good job, us.
Tell me this, he says. I know that you all are restricted in what you can and can't tell me through magical means. But can you tell me this? Was Lehman Kessler carrying something very valuable?
He was.
Can you tell me anything about it?
No.
Let me try. It was one of the...
No, that's not doing it.
Not going to work.
Not working?
Look, kid, we're taking a lot of things on faith here. You're going to have to take some things on faith, too.
Angus, here's what we can tell you.
Okay.
This item, if it falls into the wrong hands, is remarkably dangerous, is incredibly bad.
And this item, if my suspicions are to be believed, is locked up in the safe in the cargo car. Is that correct?
Well, that's not really that impressive. That's where we locked stuff up, Angus. You didn't really, deduce the shit out of that one.
He wasn't showboating.
Yeah, I'm just sort of working with you now.
Oh, yes. Then yes, you're correct. That is correct, Angus. It's stored back
it's
there.
too late for that conversation, but let's move on.
Okay. So the issue that we're dealing with, Angus, is it's back there. We don't know very much about the item except that it's very dangerous.
Have you tried explaining to the engineer so he can open it up so that you guys can secure it?
Here's the problem. What we're talking about is so big deal. This is gonna sound phony, but we don't know who we can trust. Listen, look at us. We're 3 grown men trusting a baby with the secrets. We're
I'm not a baby.
professionals.
What? How old? I'm 10. Did I say how old I was last time?
10.
10 it is.
A master of observation, indeed.
It's this attention to detail that convinced us.
If the object of value that the 3 of you are trying to claim is somewhere on this train, then I have reason to believe that the Rockport Slayer is somewhere on the train too. So we need to... as he's talking and explaining this to you, you see a shadow through the frosted glass of the sleeper car breeze past the windows, and Angus gets very quiet, and he says, "I have reason to believe that Rockport Slayer."
I can't hear you.
Well, there.
What was that?
Prying eyes.
What?
Prying eyes.
Huh?
Prying eyes. There's prying eyes and prying ears.
Hey, shh! There's prying ears everywhere, Angus.
What are you yelling about? Kid, are you crazy?
I am 100% sure that the 3 of you don't possess the competency required
Solid.
to perform multiple murders without getting caught by me already.
He is a good detective.
That's pretty good.
Is that your way of saying we're off the suspect list for being serial killers?
For now. But I will
Okay.
need you to help me catch and apprehend, which also means catch, the real Rockport Slayer, who I know is somewhere aboard this... from outside down towards the front of the train, you hear a high-pitched shriek. How was that? That's
good.
It was good. It's
How
like
did I
West Side
treat you?
Story in here.
And Angus goes, "Oh no, we need to go check that out
Wait,
right
aboard
now."
this what? Aboard this what?
Train.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, okay.
The 3 of you move from the sleeper car towards the front of the train, towards the passenger car. Before you even reach the door to the chamber between cars, you see a large pool of blood on the outside of the closed door. And there is actually a little bit of blood on the door itself also. But the door is closed.
Ooh, that sounds ooky.
I don't like the look of this one bit.
All right. Well, you go first.
Okay, sounds fair, he says.
That is not like you at all, Magnus.
And opens up the door to the space between the sleeper and passenger cars and walks inside. And from where you're standing, you can see a scene of pretty tremendous gore. Are you walking into the space between the cars? Or you...
Yeah.
I was going to say, that's not very Magnus Rush's in of you.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And
Magnus rushes in.
Okay.
It's
not
been a
very
while
us
since
of
I got to
us.
rush anywhere.
Look, kid, you did the detective work. We'll do the heavy lifting, all right?
You are now in the space between the cars, which is a pretty tight fit. Imagine about the size of an elevator car, with entrances on both sides. One leading towards the front of the train, towards the passenger one, the one you just stepped through.
So it's enclosed, correct?
It is enclosed. There are no windows. It's just sort of like a space between trains. I don't know how familiar with trains the 3 of you are. Lying on the floor, you see a body. This body is wearing robes. It has been beheaded completely.
No.
It's both of its hands.
Reach inside its robe and see if you can find its rod.
Both of its hands are missing, and
Does it have a tie? Does it have a bow tie? Tell me it doesn't have a bow tie.
Griffin.
it has a shimmering rainbow bow tie.
No, we never appreciated him while he was alive.
Jenkins has been beheaded, behanded.
If only you'd use one of your spell slots to defend yourself.
In the corner, you see Angus leaning over the body of Graham. The
Graham,
hedge
too?
wizard.
And he's just jerking it.
He does not. He is not beheaded and behanded. He's not. He doesn't seem to have any wounds. He's just lying on the floor. And Angus says,
Who is Graham?
Graham is the juicy wizard.
Ah, thank you.
Graham is the juicy wizard, of course, that you all remember and love.
Remember that great
and
Adventures on
Angus is-
character, the Juicy Wizard Graham?
Yeah. Angus is leaning over his body, and he says, he's just fainted. Also in the car, you see the drink cart that, what was it, Jenkins, the dearly departed.
You forgot his name already, Griffin?
Well, he's dead. We don't need to worry about him anymore.
He's been dead for seconds.
And there is a considerable amount of blood on the floor here, too. God, I got a lot of names going. Angus says, look over the body as quick as you can before anybody else gets here.
That's my job. Let me look at the body.
Okay.
You can all make investigation checks if you'd like.
Well, I am the medical expert.
Yes.
Okay.
I want to see if the rod is missing.
That's a fair question.
Okay, you're going to do that?
I rolled a 19.
What are we rolling?
And also look for investigation checks. And also look to see what if his wand's there, too.
Nice.
You rolled a what now?
19.
Okay. Magnus, you very quickly investigate his belongings. There's no rod in his possession. There's no wand, no magical instrument. Really, nothing on this guy.
A 6 for Taco. Did
What
I
do you?
find
What
anything different?
you're just sort of investigating.
I'm looking just investigating the scene with my 6.
Okay, with a 6 investigation, you don't see a lot. The only sort of peculiar thing you notice is that the cut through the neck, the sort of carving job that happened there is very clean. There's a very clean cut through the neck.
Let me investigate the body a little more. I rolled a 20.
A 20. Okay, with a 20, you notice two things. First of all is that the cut through the hands, the cut through the wrists, I should say, to remove the hands, is not clean. It is not nearly as smooth, as professionally executed, I guess you could say, as the neck itself. And the other thing that you notice is that Jenkins' clothes are, other than the blood that has gotten on them, they are relatively unscathed, untorn. There doesn't appear to be any sign of a struggle just based on what he's wearing. So the three of you have investigated the corpse, and
is he bleeding from the neck and the wrist?
Oh yeah. He's a sprinkler right now.
Okay,
he's one of those wacky sprinklers. Angus looks at you. He goes, "We need to get Graham to a bed or something as quick as." And he stops and looks up, and he says, "Nobody move."
I turn around. What?
He, with a flick of his wrist, Angus produces a hand crossbow from his sleeve and shoots it at the ceiling. And as he does, you hear a growling sound like "rah," like that. And suddenly a figure starts to take shape on the ceiling. First, you see 4 very, very sharp, straight claws, almost like crab claws, attached to a large, round torso that on the bottom of it has a circular mouth with 3 rows of glowing orange teeth inside of it. And Angus points at the door behind you and says, "I'm going to get this guy out of here. You 3 run."
No, wait, hold on. We got this. It's cool.
And with that, Angus grabs Graham and with a surprising amount of strength for a little boy, pulls him out of the chamber. And just as he does, this crab-like creature above you, his mouth, the teeth on his mouth begin to spin. His mouth begins to glow.
I'm following Angus. I'll see you all in hell.
Okay.
Come on, stupid.
All right, go. I'll get the rear. Go. We don't have any weapons.
We have magic.
Well, some of us do.
Which direction are you staying in the car? Are you running towards Angus, or are you running away towards the back of the car?
Is the thing still on the ceiling?
Yeah.
I gave up my weapons. Did I give up my shield as well?
Yeah.
Oh.
You guys really want to run away? You don't want to fight?
We have no.
You have magic? You have offensive magic?
Yeah.
I have offensive magic?
I want to tell you a story about the time that there were 3 ogres, right? And then one of them hit me so hard I almost died. you were sitting up in some sort of weird laser just shooting flasks willy-nilly, and Travis was ripping the arms off of robots, and I got punched so hard I almost died. I'm not going to go toe-to-toe with a crab, or you're armed with a terrible Scottish accent, and Travis doesn't even have his shield. I'm out. I mean, did I say Travis? I mean Lehman Kessler.
Nope. Wrong all the way around.
Good enough.
Hey everybody, this is Griffin McElroy, your Dungeon Master, your friend. Thank you for listening to the Adventure Zone episode 13, part 4, I think, of Murder on the Rockport Limited. Speaking of, sorry about the murder that just happened on the Rockport Limited. I did not realize that Jenkins was going to be such a crossover hit when we killed him, but no use crying over spilled NPCs. This week, the Adventure Zone is supported in part by Audible.com, the internet's leading provider of spoken audio information and entertainment with over 180,000 titles. Audible is offering Adventure Zone listeners a free audiobook and a free 30-day trial membership. To get a free audiobook of your choice now, you can go to audiblepodcast.com/adventure and go get yourself a book. This week, we're also sponsored by NatureBox. NatureBox is the world's leading provider for things that taste good in your mouth. NatureBox's snacks are all made with 0 artificial flavors, colors, or sweeteners, 0 grams trans fats, that's hard to say, and no high fructose corn syrup. It's so much better for you than all the garbage you normally eat. And it doesn't taste like garbage. It tastes like jalapeno. You feel a burst of...
Try to do the Foley.
God magic. 80? One Bad Mother. There's a lot of jams on there. Okay, so what have the 3 of you decided to do?
Lay out for me again. We're in a train car, right?
You are in the space between the passenger and sleeper cars.
We're looking into the passenger car.
Angus has just pulled Graham into the passenger car, and he told you to run the other way.
The weird crab is in front of
is on the ceiling with its glowing mouth pointed downward.
He's in the ceiling in the space between.
Yeah. Okay. I have stopped the time here for all of you with my immeasurable DM god magic, so that the 3 of you can make a decision.
I already made mine. I pushed Angus out of the way. Give me.
I'm going towards the passenger car, I guess.
Okay. You are
It's better to stick together, I guess.
Sure.
Whatever.
All right.
Whatever helps you sleep.
I'll go along.
The 3 of you follow Angus into the passenger car, and he yells, "Shut the door!"
Were you born in a barn? I shut the door.
Okay. You slam the door behind you, and as you do, you hear a deafening roar come from that room, and the door seems to buckle and rattle. You feel a burst of...
Try to do the Foley.
Yeah, sure.
I brace against it.
That's good.
Dad did it. I wanted to do it, but Dad did it.
I'm sorry. I was helping.
Dad's the worst.
You weren't helping. I was going to do a hilarious joke.
Okay.
Oh, man.
We'll take it from the top.
Okay. Griffin, can I do the Foley on the roar?
Yeah.
Deafening roar.
That was a pretty good joke. That was worth two takes.
That's worth going back.
That's good. Yeah, that was good. Yeah.
Let's take one more pass at that. That one felt a little limp to me.
That was the door.
Angus yells.
That felt good to me.
Yeah.
Angus yells.
Can we do a silly one with maybe someone we crunch up some cellophane to make it sound like he's walking through leaves?
Wow, that door sounded so realistic.
Oh, he found a horse.
Oh, no.
And he's underwater.
Oh, he's throwing punches.
And now, I don't know what that was. The train derails and everyone on board dies. Do some fucking Foley on that. I want to hear the Foley of all of your death rattles. 3 ghosts appear and strangle all 3 of you to death. What's that sound like?
That's my death rattle.
Yeah, it's a pretty good goof. You feel a sort of burst of hot air come from behind this incredibly lifelike rattling fantasy door. Angus yells, "What are you doing? I told you to run towards the back of the train." Sirs?
Well, we wanted to, protect you.
I don't need protecting. I need, you know what a great thing to do to protect me would be, he says, and the door behind you in the space where you found the corpse just blasts open, and that crab, that fiery crab monster lurches through, and Angus yells, "It would have been great if you had brought it in any other room except for the room that we're in now. If you had maybe, if you
know what? Listen,
if you could have aggroed him and trained him towards the back of the train. Oh, I get why they call it that now. Anyway, we better roll initiative.
Okay.
I rolled a 10.
I rolled a 19.
Well,
damn, dog.
11.
We should run this one. Come on, chill touch. This one's nice. Yeah, chill.
Hey.
Chill.
Hey, how about a chill touch?
Chill touch. Just relax.
That goes
I
along
think
with
chill touch is what they do in Earth Girls Are Easy.
Cool. Take a seat on my Adirondack chair.
Okay. First in the order is Merle. First off, let me explain the situation. The 3 of you are in the passenger car, which is essentially just a row of 2 rows of benches on the left and right sides of the train, with some windows next to each bench. Imagine sort of the layout of a train. And in the front row, sitting, who's just turned to survey the deafening noise and yelling, you see Jess, the beheader. And just behind you is Angus, who is still dragging Graham, the fainted juicy wizard, away from this crab, who is directly in front of you. And with that, it is Merle's turn.
So Angus is heading towards the front of the train.
Angus is basically trying to get Graham away from
Right, but
the
I'm
monster.
trying to get the direction fixed in my head. Towards the front of the train, the crab is towards the back of the train.
Right, exactly. And
Okay,
okay.
I have decided to no longer try to be Wesley. From Princess Bride. I'm going to fulfill my role as a cleric. I cast Shield of Faith.
Okay.
A shimmering field that lasts for 10 minutes and will give each one of the 3 of us +2 AC.
Okay.
Oh,
You're welcome.
Super cool.
You going to move or do anything?
No, I'm just doing that. Casting Shield of Faith.
Okay.
I hold up my book, my Stream Teen Bible, a bright, clear, crystal blue sheen erupts from
Wait, is it clear or is it crystal blue?
it. Yes, it's crystal clear blue with a slight bluish tint.
Griff, are we able to tell does the crab seem organic or robotic or what?
It's organic. It's not an automaton. Okay.
What's up, you funny little monkey?
It's familiar.
Is
you know how Travis feels about those?
Yeah. How big is it? Compare it to an animal?
It is the size of a that's a great question, Travis. Sort of a Galapagos turtle.
Okay.
Oh, that would hurt.
What would?
If it pinched us.
Yeah, it was not. It doesn't have pinchers as much as it has these long, razor-sharp claws. And a mouth that is very big and has lots of teeth like a sarlacc.
Okay.
Yeah, but there's still good meat in there. I'm telling you.
Oh, for sure. Okay, Merle, are you done? You're not moving?
That's it. I'm not moving.
Okay. The three of you are just standing shoulder to shoulder then, I guess. It is now the crab's turn. He scuttles towards the three of you, sort of rotates his body and rears back on one of his claws and swings one claw each at all three of you.
Sweet.
Oh, that's
sort of just just sort of a raking attack. We'll start with Merle.
Now, which one do I roll?
You roll I'm rolling to attack your AC.
All right.
That is a 17.
Yeah, 18 is my armor class.
And actually, it's 20 right now, right?
Oh, that's right. Yes.
Okay, so his claw just sort of grazes you and just sort of glances off your pauldrons of your chainmail armor. The next claw comes down on Taco. And that is, goddamn, 24.
Just barely.
And I'll go ahead and roll the attack on Merle, too, to see if it hits. That is a 18.
Wait, on me, you mean?
Yeah, sorry.
My AC right now is 19. Thank you, Merle.
Okay, so Taco, you were the only one that got hit by that, and you take 6 + 8, 14 damage as he rakes it across your chest.
Am I correct in thinking that without my shield, I can't do...
Yeah, you can't. I think that's true.
I think that's true, too.
I'm going to say it's true, because what the fuck, what are you going to do? Jump in front of it, like in the line of fire?
I mean, I will. I'll take that damage.
No. Taco took that damage, 14 damage to the Taco.
Wait, how many?
Yeah, 14. Listen, you guys are level 4 now? You can take a beating. 14's nothing. I shit and take 14 damage.
Really? You should see a doctor, Griffin.
Next in the order is Taco.
No, wait. It just says protection. When a creature you see attacks a target other than you within 5 feet. Oh, no, you must be wielding a shield. Okay, never mind.
Okay. I was about to say, hey, you cut it out.
Get your damn hands off him.
You get your damn lobster claws off him.
No, Biff.
Okay. Taco, it is your turn.
Where is the thing has made its way into the train car, right?
It's right in front of you, yeah. All of you are about, you're sort of clustered up together about 8 feet from the door that you came through.
Okay. I cast Levitate on the crab.
Nice.
Okay.
It has to pass a Constitution saving throw.
Constitution's not this crab's strong point, which I'm sure you'll be glad to hear. What is that? And then what? You just you levitate him?
Yeah, he floats for 10 minutes.
Okay, I didn't know you could do that.
And he can. Well, you have to have a. I mean, if it's unwilling, you have to pass a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. 11? Yeah, I didn't pass. Okay, this crab is now levitating. How high and what does that mean?
It would float up to 20 feet. Right at this point, it can only move. Let me just give it.
If it uses another physical object to push itself.
Yeah, it can push off of a surface within reach. I can change the altitude by up to 20 feet in either direction on my turn. Can I say something as a free action?
Yeah.
Knock it out of the train.
Cool.
Basically, if you levitate it up to the roof, you've got a crab on its back, not able to move.
Yeah, I want to knock it out of the train.
Magnus, it is your turn.
Excellent. I'm going to step up and phantom fist it out a window.
Okay.
That is a 17.
Oh, and you have to beat AC?
Yeah.
Yeah, he has 16 AC, so that connects.
So that hits 1d4.
And don't you get some sort of bonus for your unarmed?
It does. It does. It's 1d4 So I hit it for 2, but I get to push it.
Okay.
And I'm going to push it through the window. So basically, I'm punching it out a window.
The window is about 6 feet, which to the left or right? You're basically in the center of the train right now.
I mean, I'm punching it with my right fist, so
it would be towards the left.
Yes.
Okay. You punch him. And how far can you punch him with the Phantom Fist?
I don't know.
This pushes the target back 2d4 feet.
Oh, okay. Great.
We will say because he's experiencing some, like, anti-gravity shit right now, we'll bump that up to 3d4.
Okay.
So you need to get 6 if you want to try and get him out of the train.
6.
Okay, yeah.
10.
Okay, you punch him towards the left side of the train. He hits the glass and it shatters, but he gets a chance to try and grab onto the sides of the train to avoid getting knocked out. Let's do a straight up and down check. If it beats 10, then he manages to hold himself. He got an 11. So you punch him. He his basically mouth side goes flying into the glass and shatters it. But he manages to stab his claws into either side of the window and hold himself there without going out. But you did do some damage to him.
I'm going to action surge and punch him again.
Okay.
I'm dedicated to this. I want this to happen real bad.
This needs to happen.
That is a 19.
Okay. Yeah, that does it. And I guess you don't need to roll for distance. You roll damage, so go ahead and hit him.
Okay. 2. So that's another 2. So altogether, I've hit him for 8 damage.
Okay.
And punched him out a window.
Okay. Same chance to resist.
Wait a minute. Why does he get a chance to resist Phantom Fist?
So if at any time you are being knocked off a ledge to your death or being knocked into like a hole or any situation where you are being killed with movement, you get a chance to a reflex save to save yourself. The only other time you wouldn't do that is if you're like asleep or unconscious or something. But that time I only rolled a 7. So you he is latched onto this window. You run out to him one more time and do like a jumping punch attack, and his claw knees buckle, and he gets pushed out the window. You are on the inside of the tunnel, so he gets scraped up against the side of the tunnel and train. And you see him move down the length of the train as it passes through this tunnel, and he's just sort of getting gnashed up. He's not outside of the car for very long when you see another burst of flame, and he sort of rocket propels himself back into the train about 2 cars
Now,
down.
hold on. Now.
But because he just got straight up grinded down the length of the train, we'll say he took 2d12 damage from that. Wow. It's a 10 and an 11. Wowzers.
And
So
I hit him
that's
for 8.
21. Yep.
So he's taken 29 points of damage.
Yeah, and he is bloody, and he is further down the train, and that was pretty fucking radical. Once again, I just want to thank NatureBox for supporting the show this week. You can go to NatureBox to order hundreds of great tasting healthy snacks. Just go to naturebox.com/adventure and you can sign up for a free sampler box of great tasting healthy snacks. Thanks for listening. See you all next week.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.
Welcome to Oh No, Ross and Carrie.
Ross.
Hi, Carrie.
What do you think is creepier?
Okay.
You jump into a swimming pool. All of a sudden, the water goes away, and instead of water, there is the bones of your dead ancestors.
Ew.
Or our show.
That's pretty tough because we visited a live exorcism.
We joined the Ordo Templi Orientis, where we had to worship a naked lady.
Oh, and we joined that Tony Alamo cult. They were scary.
Super creepy. We joined the Aetheri Society.
We tried penis enlargement, or at least I did.
Oh boy, I tried breast enlargement. We have basically done every creepy, weird, fringe thing except for thousands more, which we will get to if you listen to our show.
I'd still say the swimming pool with my ancestors' bones.
Well, then I don't even know if people should listen.
I guess they shouldn't.
But if you want to, we're at Maximum Fun, and the show's called Oh No, Ross and Carrie.